Miss Pat, I have to ask you a question, and it involves toughening up my sons. Okay, because
Oh Lord.
because I've been on this quest to try to make my sons tough, but they've got such an easy life that it's nearly impossible to toughen them up when they live so easily. It's hard to manufacture fake adversity for them to go through.
We use the term grit around here a lot, and our children just don't have any.
Yeah, and I know that you are a super tough person, and what you went through.
Strong.
And so, I mean, people can read your bio, and if they know about you, they know.
Snag a book.
And so, is it possible to ever be as close to as tough as you are without going through the things you went through?
Yeah, the first step that I always tell white people who pay me $200 to toughen up their kids, your first step is you gotta stop fixing them snacks, okay? Y'all
He cuts
fix
their
snacks
grapes.
till they 35.
Miss Pat.
You gotta stop that crap.
Miss Pat, he cuts his
They love
son's grapes.
snacks.
He cuts his son's grapes in half.
No,
They can
Yes,
choke
he
on
does.
them.
that's why he's so soft.
Yeah,
Because he's never had a whole grape go down his throat.
that's right.
So,
You
you
have
gotta
to.
stop. Wait, look, where I live at, they fix their kids' snacks. My friend is dating this lady, and I hate this do color shit, but she's white, and her son is in college. She was like, "Do you want me to fix you a snack?" I'm like, hey, "What the hell is going on?"
Well, Miss Pat, I was going to ask you that because
You did say you still dry them. He still puts on their little underpants.
well,
They're 6 and
Hold
7.
on.
You dress them, right? Like
No,
little dolls.
I
They're
mean-
your little dolls.
it's just when they're too tired, I will help
Too
them.
tired. Wake your ass up.
They sleep in his bed. They're 6 and 7.
What?
Oh
What's wrong
man,
with you?
See, it's not the
This how you
kids, it's
start about
you.
toughen them up. You take your foot and kick them on the floor. Get the hell out of here. Me and your mom about to play hide and go seek.
so what you're telling me, Miss Pat, it's the parents' fault. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm telling you to toughen up. You need to take them kids on a practice drive-by.
Oh my God.
Well, I think the problem, Miss Pat, is that I'm weak too, so I'm just having weak. So that's where
I'm glad you said that, but I was thinking.
Yeah.
Well, today was K Tuesday. We've been talking about that. The chat room is all abuzz. I've been talking to the chat room. They're like,
I've had so many
did
people
they get the
asking me.
K2? Did you get the K2? You're smoking it. This EMT this morning emailed me. He's like, hey, man, we took some girl to the ER. She was hallucinating. She stuck a hot dog in her pussy. I'm like, what are you talking about?
Well, I want to do
People
that.
Hey, thanks for calling a mediocre time. Who's this?
It's Kelly. I'm at Winn-Dixie with your K2.
Yeah. And how much was a K2?
It was $12.99.
$12.99. You know, it's weird buying drugs with the taxes.
But it's not drugs.
Okay, now I smoked this K2 before.
I've never smoked it.
It got me really fucked up.
How long does it last?
Now I was super drunk.
How long does it last?
It wasn't that long, but then I passed out.
Am I going to pass out? I have stuff to do tonight. I have stuff to do tonight. I'm tiling my kitchen tonight.
Oh, you will not do that. I mean, you get stoned like weed.
I have to go to dinner with my wife's father.
I have to sign some paperwork.
I'm performing an abortion surgery today. What do you have to do today? It's my first solo flight. I'm taking flying lessons.
You said worst time to smoke K2.
Why is my dog barking? What did you do to him?
The pizza guy.
I was like, shut up.
You gonna smoke it?
Okay, your turn.
How bad does it taste?
Like shit. Stop laughing.
All right, hold on. Oh my god.
Oh my god, it's burning my lungs out. Tastes like a barbecue restaurant. Somebody stuffed a barbecue restaurant in my lungs.
Oh god.
I taste the bubble gum. I taste
right
it.
now?
I got a little bit of bubble gum.
My mouth and tongue are numb.
I get a little bit of bubble gum.
I feel a little something.
I kind of think I do too.
I think I might be high.
Can I go pee?
Don't leave me by myself.
Hello, welcome back to. Hi, welcome to Mediocre Time. We're gonna throw. If anybody wants to start a podcast, we'll have all this equipment on Craigslist tonight at 12:30.
Classy and elegant.
Also, it's meant to sound super fancy, but every time I hear it, I think of Cornholio.
Wow.
Because it's a portfolio Cornholio. It's a portfolio Cornholio.
For I am the great Cornholio. I need kippy for my bunghole.
Your boys have no chance.
Are we changing the name of the bit to Cornholio's portfolio? I'll do it. I'll write a theme song.
It makes me laugh
Okay.
because I'm an idiot.
You stopped your brain, right? The hard drive
Yeah,
stopped.
it did.
The hard drive seized.
I said I was an idiot.
I think you just hit
reset.
maximum nirvana. You just hit the funniest.
When I admit to my idiot brain that I'm an idiot, it turns off and resets
That's the
itself.
reset, yeah.
It's like, uh-oh.
Uh-oh, the gigabyte
He's on to
screen.
us.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Have to do a reboot here.
All right, Pat, I'm going to give you one more word, and then we're going to talk about the Miami Dolphins because I'm done with this.
Do you like beer
I still like beer.
and sitting down?
Sit your little sexy ass down.
Then do we have an event for you? It's Tom and Dan's Sofa and Suds 2021. November 14th from 2 to 6 p.m. in the heart of beautiful downtown Sanford. Watch businesses from surrounding areas race couches to see who will be this year's reigning champ. Who will be the fastest? Who will bring home the coveted title of crowd favorite? Admission is free, but please no coolers or outside food and drink. VIP tickets just $49 with comp drinks, bathroom access, prime viewing area, and full access to pit row. You've never seen couches this fast. We've never seen couches this fast. Couches shouldn't be this fast. It's Tom and Dan's Sofa and Suds 2021. Brought to you by ABC Fine Wine and Spirits. Just call Mo.com and Secured Roofing and Restoration. All info at Facebook.com/Sofa and Suds.
I got one from my Uncle Billy one time.
That's pretty awesome.
But it was,
Uncle Billy.
but it was a big, it was the one.
3X.
It was 3X, like long, tall tee. But it was Tommy, pull my finger.
Yes.
And they were dressed in like,
in like Tommy
like the
Hilfiger.
Looney Tunes
Yeah,
when they
yeah.
were dressed like
Yeah,
Tommy
yeah.
Hilfiger and stuff
Did
like
they
that.
have
yeah.
beepers on
yeah,
there?
yeah, it was like that. It was Beavis and Butthead. Tommy, pull my finger. Big shirt with a Blockbuster video coupon.
Yes.
And then I was embarrassed for him. And he gave that to me because I was like 15. So I was like, I've already touched it. And now you're giving me this. Oh my God. You know what I mean. But this is the first movie that Jim from The Office, John Krasinski,
Yeah.
First one he directed.
directed. But
Oh, I did not know he directed that.
yeah, his wife is a director. She's the one
Pam?
that. No, not her.
Yeah!
I
There
only
it is.
know that
That's what
because
that
someone
is.
told me yesterday because I don't watch The Office.
He's married to Emily Blunt.
I don't like that.
Yeah.
I don't like that show.
Yeah.
You don't like The Office?
I don't like The Office. I don't like the characters. I don't like how they always have that
Get
pork.
the fuck out
I
of
don't
here.
like how they always have Steve Porkrell losing all the time and him being so inept.
Who's Steve Porkroll?
Sounds delicious.
I think you're talking to him.
We're going to have that at Porky's on
Tim's
Friday night.
Big
7 to 9
Tim
p.m.
is Steve Porkroll in The Office.
Fuck all y'all.
The big fat office.
Fuck all y'all.
When a man he takes a shower, there's only two parts that he cleans. We go worshing on that devil's eyeball. And then we worship that goddamn dang-a-ling. Where's that booty hole? Where's that dang-a-ling? We ain't ever worked our legs 'cause they ain't ever seen. Where's that booty hole? Where's that dang-dong? We ain't got time for worse and gotta keep America strong. You know my daddy taught me how to shower, and his dad the same before that. He said, son, you start off with your pecker, and the finish line is your booty crack. Where's that booty hole? Where's that dang-a-lang? We ain't ever worked our legs 'cause they ain't ever seen. Where's that booty hole? Where's that dang-dong? We ain't got time for worse and gotta keep America strong. Never, never, ever wash your legs. Thank you.
Poober, because shitty people swim too.
Hi there, it's Tom Van, creator and CEO of Poober. You can't spell pool, well, I mean, I can't spell it anyway, but you can't spell pool without P, and you'll have buckets of that in your pool once you start loaning it to trash people on Poober, the world's second or third pool sharing app. Poober makes it easy. List your pool on the Poober app, create an account, and within minutes, you'll have people from all kinds of questionable areas pissing, fucking, and yes, even shitting in your very own pool. And don't forget about the amount of trash and other shit they'll leave behind.
Hey, it's me, Susan. Hey, look, a diaper and a half-eaten gas station hot dog.
You're welcome, lady. It's Poober, because shitty people swim too.
Poober, because shitty people swim too.
Yeah. Wow, yeah, yeah.
I like looking at my ex-girlfriend's Facebook to see if her titties have changed. I also like looking at her boyfriend and husband to see if he is ugly or strange. But please don't think I'm hating, I am merely validating that I got out when I probably could. I like looking at my ex-girlfriend's Facebook to make sure that her life is now bad and not good. You know it's not good. I go to photos. I'm looking for bikinis that should give me an idea of her state. I found an album. The album's marked vacation and it looks like she's been gaining weight. Now I'm really fucking happy cause her boyfriend's job is crappy and he's losing almost all of his hair. And her status bar's reporting there's no way that they're affording their house and I really don't care. I hope she gets evicted. This fucking beat is sick, kid. I like looking at my ex-girlfriend's Facebook to see if her titties have changed. I also like looking at her boyfriend and husband to see if he is ugly or strange. But please don't think I'm hating, I am merely validating that I got out when I probably could. I like looking at my ex-girlfriend's Facebook to make sure that her life is now bad and not good. Yeah, you know why? It's because I use Facebook as a comparison tool. Yeah, I compare my own life to those that I dated back in the day. I hope your husband is overweight, and I hope your children are very unattractive. I like Facebook. I also like looking at her boyfriend and husband. But please don't think I'm hating, I am merely validating. girlfriend's Facebook to make sure that her life is now bad.
Time for a bath, time for bath, time for a bath, and time for bath. Time for a bath, time for bath, time for a bath, and time for bath.
I wish my refund hurry up so I can have a taxitude.
Time for a bath, time for bath, time for a bath, and time for bath.
I'ma be like, let me get 20 on pump 3.
Time for a bath, time for bath, time for a bath, and time for bath.
Matter of fact, make it 25, and yes, I would like to donate to the March of Dimes, so ring me up that Coke and candy bar 2 for $2.22 deal where $1 goes to March 2. Oh, and ring these Skittles up for my kid too. And when the cashier tells me to have a nice day, I'm gonna be like, no ma'am, you have a blessed day, sugar.
Time for a bath, time for bath, time for a bath, and time for bath.
Pull down my shades like Kim Kardashian, smile like Gabrielle Union.
Time for a bath, time for bath, time for a bath, and time for bath.
Flip my bundles like Nicki Minaj and queen out the door like Beyonce.
Time for a bath, time for bath, time for a bath, and time for bath.
Goofy face, goofy face, goofy face, heart, 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 muscle, muscle, muscle.
Time for a bath, time for bath, time for a bath, and time for bath.
Sassy black girl, sassy black girl, sassy black girl, kiss, kiss, kiss. Hashtag so what, hashtag I ain't shame, hashtag my money, hashtag call me taxitude, honey.
Live from the Injured on the Go Just Call Mo studio.
It's a blast!
It's Orlando's own Tom and Dan.
Hello. This is your Mediocre Time with Tom and Dan program. We hope that you will find our presentation precise, joke heavy, and just right. Thanks.
Welcome to the Friday free show of A Mediocre Time.
What happened? What happened? Oh, okay, hold on. It's back. It's back. What happened?
That was weird. I was like,
oh,
it's over.
And finally.
He does it again. That's a new thing. That's never happened before.
No.
China.
That's gonna get
No,
you.
no, that's called OBS. That's like, here, we'll keep it like this, and we'll just let it run, and you won't be able to see me, but at least be able to talk over the intro. It is a wonderful TD Friday. Welcome to the show, everybody. It's another A Mediocre Time with Tom and Dan. I'm Dan.
I'm Tom. Sam is here. How you doing,
You
Sam?
can't see her,
good.
but she's here.
Brendan.
Let's see if it does it again.
gotcha.
You mother...
Brendan O'Connor's here. How you doing, Brendan?
Hey, I'm here to touch butts.
All right.
Hold on. Is it butt to butt or is it a hand to butt?
It could be anything. It's a Friday.
I've never understood that move. where
Booty Friday.
When girls rub their butts together, that's like a thing, right?
What?
Well, no, it's more of a scissor. It's in the middle.
They scissor their vaginas together. I don't think girls
yeah.
ever really truly.
Do you like that?
I mean,
You're asking him if he likes it?
I'm not anti it.
No,
I'm not anti it, but
It's
I'm
like
also
dry humping,
I'm
but a
not
little wet.
for
But a
it.
little wet.
I'm not for it. My God, Sam, don't say that. What's weird though is that you would have one woman with her slit.
Come on.
And then yeah, that's what it's called.
I don't like the slit.
That makes it sounds like
terminology.
snapper.
Snatch. What's the worst one?
Makes me blush a little bit.
What's the worst one?
It's like
Slit?
I'm hanging out with my
What I said?
No.
Hatchet wound.
You're like my dirty uncle trying to make me giggle.
Well, then he just touched your butt.
And then he touched my butt. And then we scissored.
Hey, Brendan's here, everybody.
Hey!
This is what you can expect when Brendan's here. We start out with scissoring and slits right off the
Come on,
top.
we got sponsors here.
What?
I'm joking.
They know what slits are. They're not idiots.
And scissors.
Name one sponsor that we have that doesn't know what a slit is.
Give me one.
They all know.
They all know. They all know.
Everybody knows.
How are you supposed to run and scissor
the
at the same
library?
Oh, they know though.
They may not know what it is, but they got a book on slits.
They're not listening. They're too busy putting
true.
books back.
Exactly.
I always like
Put those book backs, you slits.
I do like to look at very.
Ew, someone said ham wallet in the chat. That was the worst.
That is better than me.
Let's go with something easy. How about just a cute little coochie? How about coochie?
Cootie's fine. Just don't say cooter.
Cooter.
How about
I like
coochie?
cooter. I think that's funny.
Cooter.
It's also a
Cooter.
turtle that people eat in
That's
Florida.
true.
Okay, can we talk about something that's bothering me?
Sure.
Instagram and influencers are now to a point where in order to just get people to click on their video, girls are putting like sheer dresses on and then spreading their legs and then dancing so their pussy lips fall down. And then
I don't get that in my algorithm.
And they'll backlight. I'm on Tom's algorithm, and they'll backlight their pussy lips, and we need to
Are
put
you guys sharing a joint account now?
We share a phone.
Oh.
We share. It's that bad. No, I say we got to put a stop to this because there's nothing. It's not good for anybody.
Then stop clicking on it.
I didn't click on it. It just appeared on my phone.
You got to scroll past.
I did not ask for that.
If you linger on it, it knows.
Yeah.
And that's
Well,
what
that's
the
not- no, well,
algorithm's
that's not my fault.
responding
Tom's
to.
just a lingering over there.
What?
Mr. Linger Finger.
You were
Linger
tapping the
finger.
backlit pussy lip. This guy.
I can't
found
see it.
Tom's
At first.
kiss.
Put your
I can
glasses
see it. And the girl, she puts her hand in front of it and she goes, she does the old, it's the Janet Jackson 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then she moves her hand.
That sounds like you
and I'm
watched
like,
the video.
oh my
Yeah,
God.
he for sure watched it.
That's
for
more
at least
than-
for 5 seconds.
Sam and I
of course
call
it
it.
did.
That's more than a linger finger.
Yeah.
You watched the whole video.
That's why it comes on your algorithm.
Of course I watched it because there's a lady with backlit pussy lips. Who does that? That is not a talent. It's not funny. You're not an influencer. You're doing nothing. You're
I think it's a
doing
talent.
nothing. You're doing nothing.
If it's backlit.
Anybody's lips can be backlit. My dead mom, you could light her backlight her lips. It doesn't matter. It's a nothing. We got to get rid of that. We got to tell that
If you're
person.
looking, it's something.
Why do
It
you get
should
rid of
not.
it?
No value.
Although, question:
No value. Get rid of it.
if it's backlit, does that make it a puppet show?
Sort of. Yeah.
Like a
I'm getting
shadow
like
puppet?
protests and stuff on my algorithm. I don't know. You got backlit pussy
Yeah.
lips.
Man, you gotta care less.
I'm getting that. I
You
get
gotta
that sexy
care less.
chef that spits on things all the
Oh,
time.
I don't know him.
You
You
haven't seen- oh my
care about the world so much that you're getting the news.
Yeah.
I care so little for what's swirling around me that I get the backlip lips. But I get it. They
Welcome
know.
to the stage.
The algorithm knows. They're like, Tom and Dan don't care about the world. Give them the lips.
It's also a great band name, Backlit Lips.
Backlit it's hard to say. Backlit lips. Anyway, anything to get out of the way. I'm sorry.
Oh, man. We got to get our plugs out now.
Look at him. Look at him. I rattled him, and he's all
Let's
mad
take
at
a
me
breather.
now. He's all mad at me.
Me and Sam will be at the Orlando Guardians game
Backlit.
tomorrow.
Yeah, I got asked not to
Go
come.
Fardians.
I got asked not to come.
You did?
No, you're Dan's dad. You have a thing.
Because you
as
never
well.
take your pants off? Or
No, I
whatever
would
it's
take
in?
my pants off. No, my daughter is supposedly dancing, but I think she's already burned out.
If you want to sit
Burned
with
herself
us,
out.
buy your tickets at TomandDan.com, and you click on the Guardians logo, and then that's the section we're sitting in.
Yeah, and
so.
rumor has it, our friend from Two Moves podcast is going to be running the cameras up there, so I think the Tom and Dan section might get a little love.
All right.
I'm sorry
Oh,
I
my
can't
God.
come. Tracy asked me to go. I couldn't. I know.
Everyone bails on
It's the
him.
last XFL home game
Yeah,
this
come
year.
on. What are you doing? What are you doing?
I'm judging an Easter bonnet pub crawl.
You judge
That
a lot of
sounds
things.
good. And he hates it too. He told me privately. Don't tell him.
What are you judging?
He's like, whatever you do, Dan, don't tell
It's
people.
a-
I hate to judge these things.
It's an annual. It's the gayest parade you never knew about. It's these old gays get together in Ivanhoe Village and then parade through it from bar to bar wearing elaborate Easter bonnets and
Oh,
like,
so the bonnet is what you're judging?
yeah. So
Okay.
the pub crawl is preceded by a fashion show. Everybody gets to show off their Easter bonnets. But like last time I went, it was crazy, and they were wearing like kid pools on their heads.
old
that they
gays
made
go to
hard.
this.
Old gays go
Wait a
hard.
minute, I might bail on the Fardians for this.
You're gonna bail on the Fardians, so you can
I
go
want
see
to
them.
see some bonnets.
Well, hold on. A kid pool
Backlit
is not
bonnet.
a bonnet.
Give me your
But
ticket.
they made it
That's
into
a novelty hat. I'll make the argument like a bonnet has to
Come around your head like a baby would.
Yeah,
and you
yeah,
gotta
yeah,
tie it
yeah.
under your chin.
Yeah, they do that too. Yeah.
They tie it under their
Or
chin.
they'll fill it with like giant stuffed peeps. You know, like it'll just be a peep orgy in the hat, and
That's
it's
pretty
all
amazing.
kinds of things.
God,
Crazy.
you gays in your headdresses. It's amazing.
Yeah,
I love it.
I'm a little worried we're going to become a target, you know, given what the state of things right now.
Okay,
just a
I
bunch of
didn't-
old gays walking down the street.
I didn't really think about
it's
that.
Easter. It's fine.
You can't wear your peep hat in peace. The
No.
irony of that.
I'm making a hat later out of bananas.
You make a banana hat? You gotta be careful with that
Like
too.
Chiquita banana.
Why?
Well, just people think you're racist.
Oh, that's
you
true.
gotta be careful with that.
I don't want to. I don't want to believe the social media, the internet is real.
Okay.
but I'm just because it is. I understand.
Yeah.
I just as a.
I got death threats last week because of Megacon.
Did you?
Yeah. Because I wore.
Why is that so happening?
Look at how mind-blowing he
death
is as
threat.
a
Oh my God.
white
Fuck
male
are
that
these?
has no
I'm
idea.
sorry.
Who the fuck are these people out there?
Yeah.
Who,
crazy.
Jesus Christ!
All these people they were
It's not
calling.
Jesus Christ, but he's part of the problem.
No,
man.
He wears a
it's
dress.
not.
It's his fault.
It is his fault. Pushing his agenda on
And
me.
his sexy six-pack abs.
God damn.
And he's hung like this.
Yeah, and his delicious
Hey.
beard.
Wow.
That's
Oh,
funny.
that's a good one.
Yeah, I love that joke. That's
I
a
don't know.
classic.
I've never heard that one.
Oh, that's a classic.
So
Sorry, Twitch.
I figured we are super backlogged on voicemails and emails.
We are.
So we're just gonna go through them today. We're gonna talk to Brendan about what
Phoning it in, I see.
what-
All right.
Ah.
Well,
okay.
we because
I see what we're doing here.
I think the past couple months we've been busy and doing this, that, and the other thing. And
How do you
then
like my
the-
05 hair? Look at that.
Yeah,
I'm
I saw
spiking
that,
it
yeah.
again. Should I?
You waited
Should
to
I
see
keep
if
doing
anyone
it?
would make fun of it, and nobody did.
Nobody
So you had
did.
to make fun of it yourself.
I have to give myself attention.
It looks great.
Yeah, but when you had frosted tips, that was.
Should I
Ooh,
frost my
frost
tips?
them, frost them.
If you-
Only if you do.
But
it
I
with
think
your
it'd be
carpet.
in. If I frosted my tips, it would be like popular. People would be like, "Oh, look at this guy trying hard to be in."
Don't do
No, I think that's 90. I think that's the 90s look.
Is it
I don't think
90s in
anybody
right
frosts
now?
their
Do
tips,
like a
right?
John Bustecker
It's more.
white
That's
chunk.
more like early 2000s. I feel
Is it?
like.
Yeah.
I
Maybe
need to-
late 90s.
I
Late
have a-
90s, early 2000s.
I have a problem with Bustecker right now. He's on my shit list. So. just putting
Did he
that
not
out.
get you some assets that you needed? at his
got
new
acid?
job?
No, he doesn't have acid,
I
but he
wish.
could
Can you
now
imagine?
because
Yeah,
he's
right?
not working with the cops
He's a
anymore.
narc.
He
But
did
no,
say
I-
that. He said that the other day. I don't work at the cops. I could start my new weed habit.
I'll wait. Start
my new weed
We
habit.
have to
Does
wait
he even
to-
get high?
No, he's
No.
too happy to be hot.
He
doesn't
doesn't
need
do
it.
any of
We
that.
have to get him in here for me to address him properly about the
What
right.
happened?
Don't you think?
What happened?
Yeah.
I have no idea.
I'm not going to talk about it.
Tell
I
me
don't-
it's his
No, I don't want to
proxy.
air out my. It's not real. It's a fake. It's fake. It's
Oh,
a
okay.
fake thing.
But kind of real.
Fake.
No,
beef.
it's not real at all. I just don't want it to get back to him because you think it's real, and I don't want.
Oh,
you...
I'm going to tell him it's real.
No, please don't.
Oh, but no. The Bustecker doesn't give a shit. You could fuck with him as much as you
yeah,
want.
okay,
yeah,
tell
yeah.
him it's real, and I'm mad at him.
He,
He's an undercover
he doesn't
boy.
have any. Yeah, he doesn't have any feelings.
I
That's why I
thought
like.
that.
You think
and
he's
then
like you?
Oh yeah.
No, I thought that. And then we had to have a whole talk about, like,
Did you hurt his feelings?
limits.
one time?
I did one time.
Really?
Yeah,
Can you
yeah.
talk
Whoa,
about
what'd
it?
you
Can you
do?
talk about it?
Tell me, because
Uh,
I want to do the
Can you
same
talk
thing.
about
I
what
don't
you
wanna
say?
disrespect
You talk
him.
about how little his dick is.
I-
Right?
No,
It was
he's got-
about the narc sheriff thing. It hurts his feelings a little bit.
Oh man, that's all I do is make
my
fun of him
God,
about
I
that.
say it a million times.
I
Oh,
know.
shit.
And
Oh,
he didn't
my
like
God.
that. And
Oh,
he
we gotta
works real. And he was
I'm
working
happy
really
now.
hard.
Because now I know all those jokes
You know
got
his
him a little
weakness.
bit. Yeah,
A little bit.
Yeah. Well, it's good if you're trying to get someone to know they got. Right?
Get me once, can't get me again.
Because if they don't care, that's why
Yeah.
it's not really fun to make fun of me.
No.
Because
Although you're
it's
going to be a
just
great
nothing.
grandpa saying shit like that.
Like you can fuck with me as much as you want. It's just nothing, and so the people don't get any enjoyment out of it.
I fuck with Bustecker because I really, really do love him.
Yeah,
like
me
I
too.
think he's a great
Me too.
human. And I think Orlando is lucky to have him. I'm just telling you my real thoughts. And when there was the idea of him and his wife moving away,
Oh, I was really
I
upset.
straight told him to his face, I think that's terrible. Selfishly, I think that's terrible that you would leave because
Don't leave me.
I think he makes our city better. I think you're one of those people too.
Oh, that's
you
nice.
make our city better. Like if you said, "Hey, I'm moving to Portland" or "I'm moving to DC,"
Yeah.
I'd be like, "That sucks. That is not good for us. We are
Good.
losing the good ones."
Sounds like job security.
that Portland is super fun though.
Everyone's leaving.
It is really fun.
They're all leaving Portland, is
Yeah,
what I
everybody's
heard.
getting out of there because there's certain like San
All the homeless
Francisco,
people.
Portland, a lot of bad places. Like we're
Why-
pretty lucky here.
Well, we're getting there.
Well,
Yeah, we'll get there. We'll get bad too. Everything.
well, it'll get to the point where we're so expensive and everything's so fucking
We're there.
expensive to live here that people are just are going to leave.
We're paying. We had a week and a half to find a new place to live after giving up
I
on
can't
buying
believe
our
we did
house.
that.
I can't believe we did either. But thank you to some realtor friends that hooked us up. But we landed on a little duplex, $1,800 a week or a month. We
I was
pay
like, a week?
$1,800.
You literally just made me poop my pants and say $1,800 a week.
Myself, dude. Did you see my face? I'm like, oh wait,
I was like, shit, Scotty better
a
work.
month
Scotty work.
for a 2-1 duplex.
That's well,
crazy.
that's a good find though.
Yeah.
Because I feel like that there's not much of
There's
that out
not
there.
much.
Show me another one.
Yeah.
It was a backyard, so that's not
Yeah,
bad.
yeah. You still got the problem with the poop and
The poop, no, they don't talk to us either.
Yeah.
I'm wondering if they listen to you guys because they.
If they did, I feel like they would talk to you.
Yeah, I think they would go like, "Oh, that's
Right?
Brendan and Scotty." And
Like, oh, we heard about it. No,
Yeah,
they have
yeah.
no interest in
Now,
us.
You also have.
There's some people, like, I don't really talk to my neighbors. It's fine.
Yeah.
Let's
Hmm.
let's
Some
just
people
be
just keep
honest
to
though.
themselves.
You're cool though. I would want to talk to you,
Brendan.
I'd probably talk to you, but I don't have a lot. I had a drug bust going down on my street. the
Don't
other day.
talk about it.
Bus, I need your help.
Not there.
It's gonna hurt his feelings.
Brendan, I feel
He doesn't listen.
like a gay couple bragging about like how good their rent is. It's kind of like an old white man bragging about how much
I was
loan money he got from the bank.
I think that's
No,
bad.
because you have an advantage, I believe, with slumlords because I feel like landlords want gay tenants.
Oh, because we're just going to improve the property.
Yes, and you're
That's
like,
prejudiced.
I'm just saying
It's
you
the
have
kind of
You don't
prejudice
know.
you want.
I'm scooting all over the floor.
you have the
I'm
gays
just
have
butt scooting all over this place.
you guys have a stereotype that you're very good tenants.
Yeah,
and then
you really do.
You're not going to destroy the place.
Pay on
You'll make
time.
it better.
Yeah.
You'll pay
That's
on time.
funny.
Look
You'll-
at that yard.
What I heard
Yeah.
was we need to do better. I need to introduce you to more of my trash homo friends.
Ooh,
Yeah,
we need to
bring
interview-
some in.
Hey,
Just
can you bring in
trash.
some trash homos, bro?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
You know, like,
You
Let's
wanna
talk
be
to trash homos, dude. It's
trashy
gonna be
homo.
so awesome.
no, of course, because everybody's a human being. Everybody
Fall
has
into a
everybody.
K-hole every time they get home. And
Oh, man.
Can't stop with the
I don't
poppers.
think Tom
Poppers
even
all
knows
over
what that
their
is.
house.
I've never done poppers.
ever?
Ever.
Oh, you
Try
want
it.
it?
Yeah.
It gives me a headache.
Yeah, they will give you a headache.
Just one? Just one popper?
Well, if you're doing it while you're doing it, you
Yeah,
know?
yeah.
You got to do it while you're doing it?
Well, that's why people. It's not just a dance floor recreational
Okay.
drug. It's also like when you're having sex because it could work as a muscle.
Does my
relaxant.
wife have to do it too? Does it make
No,
her butthole bigger?
It kind of does.
All
It
right.
makes her butthole relax.
Yeah, it's not bigger.
It's just relax.
Well,
right?
when it
But it
relaxes,
also
gets
helps
bigger.
your
Or what if I
orgasm.
relax my boner?
You won't. It doesn't. It doesn't work like that.
Oh, okay.
Well,
But
this
you-
guy knows, man.
Why do you want to relax your boner?
No,
He
I
doesn't.
don't.
He doesn't.
I
He
don't.
doesn't.
I don't need it more relaxed. It's already. It's
Yeah,
already.
his boner's
Pretty
Jimmy
relax-
Buffett, trust
pretty
me.
chill. It's 5 o'clock somewhere.
Just pushing rope into a wall.
His dick's pointing 5 o'clock.
5 o'clock somewhere.
It's got 1 foot in the grave.
Oh.
Well, that's just goddamn science. What is that? Not like
my
it was.
boner.
What is
My
Twitter?
boner's up all the time.
Oh, okay. Fucking brag about your boner.
I'm not,
This guy
I get a
gives-
lot of boners.
Okay, yeah.
And he's older than
I got
you.
a boner last night. I asked my wife, I said, hey, you want to do some stuff? And she's like, not tonight. And I'm like, okay, all right, that's fine. And then I turned away from her and silent treatment her to sleep.
Did you put on your Oculus?
I wear sleep masks.
Okay.
So, yeah, close enough. Yeah, poor man's
Not
Oculus.
close. It's different.
Well, yeah, but you can get one going, but how quality is it? That's the word.
long can you sustain?
yeah.
Sometimes it won't go away.
If you're not that old, how old are you?
40.
41.
41. That sounds like a
Oh,
blood
shit,
flow
you turned
issue.
41?
Yeah, I
I
know.
missed that.
Pandemic stole it from you.
I'm just
I
joking.
missed it.
No, I'm just saying naturally, I think as everybody doesn't have the same boner they had when they were 20.
I
when
think
they
my
have
boners
40.
are better now.
It
Sometimes
can be better.
Sometimes I'll have my wife. Okay, this is gonna make him uncomfortable. Just watch him. Sometimes I'll have my wife. She'll be holding my boner, and I'll say, "Watch this," and I'll like kiss her titties or squeeze them or something, and then it'll get harder, and I'll be like, and then I use this move. I go, "See how hard you make me."
No, come on.
Yeah, because it turns her on. I think it turns her on.
You think
So
so?
I'm telling her.
Does she
that
laugh a
she
little?
No, she doesn't. We're serious. It's dead serious. Like we're fucking buying a house.
Scotty, I'll run out in the living room and go, whoa, look at it. And
That's
he'll be like-
different.
and
That's-
Scotty's like,
Scotty's like, get out of here.
What was there, a stiff breeze? That's what he said. Yeah.
All
Or puppetry of the penis.
Yeah, I made him uncomfortable.
Make it into an Eiffel Tower.
I got the voice
what's the
now.
Eiffel Tower?
Yeah, you
Oh
like
my
you have to
God.
hold it up and then hold your balls out, and you make like a triangle.
Oh, God.
Never heard of that before.
Hungry bird. Hungry bird.
What's a hungry bird?
That's bat wings,
That's
right?
too much. Well, there's bat wings. That's one
Okay.
too. That's
I've
one
heard
too.
the brains.
Oh, yeah, that's funny.
You've seen Waiting. Okay.
I've been a high school boys.
There was an Australian performance troupe that I think they toured the world, and they would drop trowel in front of sold-out audiences
that's-
and manipulate their junk.
I thought that was your
No.
wife's family.
No, my wife's cousin did Swedish America's Got Talent.
Yeah, and they were naked.
And but it was the old you pass packages back together to hide your junk in a choreographed dance moves.
Like Dick in a Box?
Yeah, sort of.
But
Oh,
it's
cool.
like you're naked.
That is cool.
You look up Sweden's Got Talent, Dick in the Box. I don't know. Chris, this is a year. This is 10 years ago. It's like, that's my cousin.
I can't believe I remember that.
Why don't we bring them in?
I can't. It's
Sweden.
too expensive to get them over here.
Yeah.
You know
And
who
they
just
don't
started
speak
talking to
English.
us is Qatar Airways. If we could get them to Qatar first,
Oh, man.
we can fly them
What,
over.
like for a sponsorship?
Yeah, I don't know. They sent us tickets to the U.S. men's game randomly.
Really?
Yeah. I
Man,
took
you
them.
are so popular.
I guess.
Is it that they like was looking like Bangalore and then like found?
Lower.
I didn't even ask him yet. We haven't had that conversation. But they did. They just asked me again how they even checked in. Like, how was the game?
What'd you say?
I said it was amazing.
Thank you for the seats.
Thank you for the seats. Let me know if there's anything you guys need. And they're like, yeah, hope to work with you again in the future. And I was like, what is happening? Qatar Airways.
They're just trying to get free advertising.
I don't know. They didn't. There was no ask. They just gave me tickets. Like there wasn't like you have to tag us.
Does
in your
this happen a
stories
lot?
30
to you?
times.
Does this happen a lot to
No,
you? Where you get
sometimes.
people will just offer things to you in the hopes of getting a mention or.
Well, I got a free trip to the Virgin Islands once.
Really?
Yeah. Spirit Airlines launched a flight thing, and then they did a thing with Virgin Airlines, and we had I had a whole week trip. Everything was paid for, and we're a hyper local blog, so I couldn't even really talk about it. And they knew that, but they didn't care. They just wanted someone.
Well, how do we get that?
Yeah,
I mean, I'll do whatever for free, anything.
I felt it got real quiet.
I've been working on this.
this.
No, there are these people that send all these stupid radio shows to like Sandals and all these dumb resorts.
You do it.
And and then you just do a show from there, and
Yeah,
then that's
let's
your
do
pay.
that.
No,
You
I've
do
told
it.
Tracy working on that right now.
I love sandals.
That's true.
You should be Mr. Sandals.
Like, I mean,
You do cruises and
Not
stuff.
for nothing, but right before Butler quit, he did go to a sandals resort.
Oh.
Did he take that email?
Probably. And he's been traveling like crazy.
God, I want to be mad, but I would.
It's
do
pretty
that.
cool. Yeah. It's a good grip.
It makes me like him more now.
Touche, dumbass. You got us good.
You just come up with a package and put it on your website in case
He
anyone's
can't
looking.
come up with a package. Did you hear the first segment?
He's got a relaxed package.
Yeah, he's got too relaxed.
Yeah, well, I mean,
Package problems.
Oh, just let me know what to
Tracy's
do.
working on it. I told
All
her.
right.
I even sent her the email of the one on Instagram. Johnny's House does it. All these places go, and then all you do is you go there and
They
they're
got
like,
the iHeart. It funnels through a
no,
gigantic.
we got the iHeart.
There's tour
Yeah,
things
but-
too. There's
No, we
people
just-
who are looking for micro influencers in their market.
I'm a micro
and
influencer,
if you
little
can,
influencer.
if you can co-lead or co-host a tour somewhere like Rome or whatever, you
I can
just
do a Roman
pick your
tour.
favorites, and if you can guarantee that you can sell like 10 tickets, your thing is paid for, and they'll pay you to do it.
Yeah, no, I know that.
Yeah,
Like,
that'd be fun.
They
Let's get a row.
Caradonna did that back in
yeah.
the radio days, where like you go on this Bahamas trip, your trip is paid for if you can get X amount of people to go with you.
Yeah.
So then we
that's
did
the
this.
thing.
We did this for like a scuba diving trip, and we brought all of our listeners. But we kind of did it under the guise of Tom and Dan instead of like the radio station. And then all of our listeners got bed bugs.
No, only two of them got.
and they were hospitalized.
No.
Yeah, you ever been to hospital? That's what the
I told them to put some nail polish on it, and they went to the goddamn Bahamian
They
hospital.
went to the Bahamian
That's why I
hospital.
like stay at International
And
Palm.
this guy,
Oh, 'cause they
he
thought it
was
was a
on-
rash
He was
or
on an IV drip, and he's in
No.
there, and
Oh
he
my
had to-
God.
and he couldn't get home.
Was he allergic?
I don't know. Just these bed bugs are huge. They're the size of footballs.
You're really selling your next trip well.
It was a hotel that was going out of business.
It was.
Like the panels are falling
Like
off.
International Palms, where you try to get all the BDMs to stay.
I only
Well,
stay.
it's who they will give you free stays if they're going out of business.
Who wants to stay there, though?
Well, that's why you get it for free.
True.
I want to do it. I want to do it real bad.
Anyway.
If anyone out there is listening and they want to do it, I'll let's go to Thailand. Let's go to
Me too.
Qatar. I don't care. Let's do it.
Okay, I'm in as well.
Okay.
I'll put myself in there. I'll
You
nominate
can't even
myself.
go to Fardians.
Well, I mean, because I'm a dance dad.
Right, so you think you're going to Thailand?
Yeah. Just tell my wife it's a work thing. I got to do it.
It's
Now,
the
do you
last home game?
Yeah.
It's the last home
I'm
game?
pretty sure, yeah.
Do you think it's going to be the last home game ever because these things just don't work out? Or
No, they got the funding. The Rock's behind it, the whole thing, and some venture capital companies behind this whole thing. Plus, the NFL, I was just telling Daniel, like, it makes sense. I don't know if this is true behind the scenes, but I would venture to guess the NFL wants the XFL to continue to go because they need some minor league. They need to go between league, between college and the NFL, besides from the Canadian football leagues. Because, and especially because the NFL has now been valued way more through the sale of the Commanders.
Yeah.
So
interesting.
Washington Commanders just sold or is going to sell for $6 billion, right? So it's just like a house. If your next door neighbor's house sells for $1 million, then all of a sudden your house is worth way more.
well, they're not even one of the more coveted franchises.
Yeah.
So
$6 billion.
crazy.
The Broncos went for 4.6, something like that, and then
If you had that kind of money, what would you spend it on?
what, the billions?
Yeah. The billion.
Oh, gamble it all away.
I would do some good
What's
things.
unlimited? It's a that
I would do a couple of good things.
It seems like
just two.
Three. I do like three good things.
Like the future of the NFL is going to be just owned by giant, like huge
Ownership groups?
commercial companies. Like Walmart family, and then with this group that's putting the money together to buy the Commanders, a bunch of celebrities in there,
Sure.
and like big hedge fund stuff, like. And the other owners around are looking at this and like, well, I thought my team was worth X, and now based on the Commander sale, it's worth
You changed everything.
$7 billion or $10 billion. How much is the fucking Cowboys worth now?
Yeah,
I mean,
are they the biggest still? Pittsburgh? Who's the biggest?
well, you get the big teams.
How does it change
you got
Green Bay?
Dallas.
Because aren't they owned by the actual fans?
Their value went up, and when your value goes up, just like your house, now you get equity, and then now you have a bunch of equity in your company that you could now borrow against and stuff like that, make it even bigger. So I imagine that it's advantageous for the NFL to keep the XFL going. So therefore, I think it's
I think
not
it
going
helps
to
them
fail.
with recruitment too. Like they just made a documentary about the whole thing. I think they called it like 54th player or something. Like the players who don't make the cut for NFL. Like where do they go?
Yeah. You want them. It's advantageous for the NFL to keep them practicing, keep them game shape and whatever. Have them in a minor league. Have them keep
because you need them.
their skills
Every once
up.
in a while, somebody will blossom later.
And call them up.
Yeah,
because these super talented players, if they take a year off, I mean that really hurts your. You only have 3 years in the NFL, or really 3 years after college where you're in your prime. Anyway. Let's do some voicemail.
All righty. I got. What happened?
Hey.
Oh, my sunglasses. Thank you so much, Brendan. Voicemails. If you want to leave us one, super
you were
easy.
touching butts.
Yeah, well, we were going to, but you guys cameras are on.
You'd be so lucky.
The way to do that is to call 1-844-TOMNDAN, or you can get our app where all of our content lives, and you can leave us a voicemail message like this one that had to do with your geyser, the hottest topic of our show in recent days.
Hey, what's up, guys? 1095 Sean here. Listening to the Medium Show. Tom, the move is you just call the place, or you go up and tell the golf course manager, hey, man, I just rolled up to this hole, and there's fucking water shooting crazy up in the air. I think somebody should come over here and address this. You don't tell them
no
it was
accountability.
fucking you. Don't take the shame. Just get the problem done. I did the exact same thing, not on a golf course. I ran over a water service. There was water shooting 40 feet in the fucking air. I called Orange County and said, hey, man, I see water shooting up crazy. Come fix this. Never take the shame.
So see, it does happen.
Never take the
shame.
He said not on a golf course.
Oh, did he say not on a golf course?
Yeah.
Oh.
He's like, that's why he called Orange County. Like, anyway, I played the celebrity charity.
Look, he thinks he's such a celebrity.
Freudian slip. The Freudian slip is your ego. When your ego kicks in
Call
and
it
you're not
like it
really
is.
thinking, and your ego kicks in and like just starts driving
Call
the
it like
boat.
it is, man. Don't take the shame. Hashtag.
Don't take the shame, celebrity Tom.
Oh my God.
You know when he plays in these, he wears a fedora too, which is the
I'm
most
not
embarrassing.
even gonna talk about it.
Culottes.
Still, no one has said.
He ran over a sprinkler head and it started shooting water like 10 feet into the sky.
Okay.
Yeah.
And he felt bad?
And then he just drove off.
Well,
he didn't feel bad. He didn't have to feel bad. He didn't feel nothing. He just
I did feel bad, but
no, you didn't feel bad. You felt embarrassed. There's a difference.
That is different.
Yeah. Really, I only feel embarrassed.
Right. I know.
We're good to it.
Like how bad, can you feel?
Yeah,
Really?
what is bad? In order to have bad, you must have good. What is good? I do not know.
You didn't say anything to anyone?
No, I do.
No, he did not. Someone else on his team did.
Yeah, but he
didn't want the confrontation.
I did say, what do we do? And then Tommy said, I already text the firefighters that put this on, and
they're laughing at you.
they'll tell the course, and then we just moved on. But it went on for an hour. Like we saw the geyser from 8 holes away.
The maintenance guy had to come in on his day off, and his daughter was getting married that day.
Well, that's their fault. That's the course fault. They should have a goddamn shut off.
Also, they should have more than one maintenance guy.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
No, don't tell me how to run my course. You don't tell me that.
You could just turn off the water.
That's what I have to see. Brendan's on my side.
Someone! Brendan's on my side. That's what I just heard.
I don't know.
All right.
They're so mean to you, Tom.
Well, I mean, like he says insane things, and insane things happen to him that we're like, how does that even happen?
This is why he doesn't want to own up to his mistakes
He
because
doesn't
people
own up
yell
to
at him
shit.
all day.
Well, he never owns up to it.
Yeah, I don't think he knows how to. I don't think
He won't even own up to this when he's blaming the course.
Like if you told him he had to go over there and tell some maintenance man, I did that, it was me,
He'd
never do it.
No.
Really?
Well,
he'd drive his car into a lake.
I told him.
He's drowning himself. He's holding himself on the bottom of the lake.
Are your kids?
Someone
like that?
called and let them know. Like, do I have to go personally if I take my hat off and put it in my hand?
I told you wore a fedora.
Do I take my fedora off and wear it and then put it in my hand and walk up all sad and then be like, "I'm sorry, sir."
I would have done it for you.
Are your boys like that? Do they own up to their mistakes when they make mistakes?
Excuse me, sir. I am terribly sorry, but I have to admit something I have done to your golf course.
I try to teach them that, but it's hard to.
Do as
hard
I
to
say,
do
not
that
as
when
I do.
It's hard to teach them that when you don't do it. That's what he's trying to say.
They need to see
wondering
me
if it's a
doing it.
genetic thing.
Yeah, it is a genetic thing.
No, it's not. Don't say that. Don't say it's a genetic thing. You could teach your boys to do it by leading by example.
No, he doesn't know how to do it. I'm saying I'm with him. He can't. If he can't do it,
He
how are they
can
going
do
to
it.
do it?
He chooses not to.
It's
It's fine.
It is genetic. I was
sound
born
like
this
my
way.
mom.
And so
It's a handicap.
I was at Wawa.
Oh, is
back,
this a new one?
Coming back from.
You've been holding out on us.
I just thought of it because this to show you
Scratch
how
the
Tommy's
surface.
the same way. We're at
Well,
Wawa.
I wonder where he learned that from.
And they didn't learn it from anyway. It's ingrained because Max not like this at all.
All right.
That doesn't mean shit. That doesn't mean that Tommy didn't learn it from you just because Max doesn't do it. Maybe he chooses not to.
Well, they're two different people. I'm just telling you, they're two different people.
All right,
and
what
they
happened?
didn't learn this from anything.
What did you do when you burned out a Wawa?
Also, my sons don't see me interact with anybody, or like they don't see
You're
me.
too drunk, they said.
They're not learning anything from me. My behavior with other people.
Okay.
Like
They're sponges, dude.
No, I know, but when
Well,
they
I wanna
don't
know
see
what
me here, they
happened.
don't listen to the show.
Just
they don't know
get
what
on
you guys
with what
know.
you did.
Let him. He burned. What'd you do?
Anyway,
Going in hard,
we're in,
Samantha.
We're in Wawa.
Man,
Sick
she's
of
had
this
it.
shit.
She's had it this
I've
week.
had enough of Tom.
I'm just saying,
not taking accountability as a grown-ass man.
You're born the way you are. You
Okay.
cannot change. That's all I'm saying.
Okay, what happened?
Brendan, can you be straight all of a sudden? No.
Your sexuality is not.
I could.
I
think he could.
What? Well, I want to be be gay then.
Do it.
I know. Of course you do.
It looks so fun.
Yeah, you're having way more fun than me.
He's got the
Everything you say is fun.
He's got like Air Qatar is giving you tickets to everything.
Have you heard of my life? Anyway,
I have.
What'd you do at Wawa?
I'm at Wawa, and then I'm like, pick something out, whatever you want, to the boys.
Anything goes.
So
Get a little something for yourselves, boys, while Donnie's over here looking at the nudity.
Oh, I hope they grabbed a White Claw.
So Tommy wants some ice cream of the future.
Yeah, of course he
Like
does.
Dippin' Dots?
Yeah.
No, they're called mini mixins, I think.
Oh, I like that.
And then that is a like a freezer case that's by the sub area, right? It's not in the glass, whatever. So, and then there was some teen.
Oh,
that
you
was,
motherfucker! Get out of the way, teen!
That was leaning on the.
As a youth does.
He was just
get your Crocs off the cooler.
He was just leaning on the cooler, just waiting for a sandwich. So he's like, I say teen is like 17 or
Yeah, you just got to give him a forceful excuse me.
No. Well, that's what I.
With an eye roll.
I was like, Tommy, you want some ice cream? Go get the ice cream. And then he went to go see it, and then he saw the teen leaning on the thing. And he knew that he was going to have to tell this guy, hey, I need to get in here. Please move.
Say, excuse me. Yeah.
Excuse me, whatever. And he froze. And he's like,
That's your brother. Right? Your brother did that.
Oh, yeah. And he froze.
Oh, wow.
And then
Tim did that too. Tim
and he's
couldn't
like,
order a sandwich at Subway. Tom had to order Tim's
No, it's
sandwich.
enabling. But
Scotty gets like that.
Yeah,
Scotty gets like that. But
Bro, he had to
stranger
eat.
danger.
He had to eat.
It's where he didn't want to go up to the person and ask him to move. He didn't want to have that
That's a tough one to learn,
slight
too.
awkward conversation with him. Although I kept telling him, I was like, he'll move once he sees you want something in there, and he's like, and then he
And you didn't want to ask him to move either.
No, well, I'm trying to teach him
how to do it.
Like
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah,
teaching
you
him
have to, yeah.
learn how to communicate with people.
Yeah, because daddy's
and
not always going to be there.
Tell him
right.
what you want, right? Max will do it. Max will go in and do whatever.
Max will kick the kid in the shins.
I'm like, go ask this person for anything, But Tommy didn't want to. And then I was like, no, I'm checking out. We're not gonna get ice cream if you don't do it. He's like, like he was.
my God.
And then I'm like, check it out. And then finally the teen moved and he ran over there and got it.
Yes.
But he was about to go without ice cream because he didn't want to have an awkward
conversation with a
and
teen.
then I'm like, well, where did that come from? There's some fucking weird mental
That's like a
illness that I
Gen
have.
Z thing too, isn't
But
it?
you don't think he can get past that and learn how to actually ask someone to move out of the way to grab his ice cream?
You get better at it.
That's my point.
Yeah.
That's been my fucking point this whole time. Tom.
Yeah. But it's something like being an alcoholic. You are always an alcoholic, and then you just get better at learning how not to be to drink and stuff like that.
But you refuse to do that.
And
work on yourself and change.
Well, that's me. Hopefully my sons will.
Okay.
But I'm 41 and I could kind of do it.
You're all right.
Look how far I got.
Yeah, what do you think, Brendan?
You got
I
a
think
lot
I
of
was just
help,
holding my
though.
face because it got intense.
You got a
We're doing that now.
You got a wife mom. You got a work mom.
Yeah, well, you build the
You
life.
hire a bunch of moms.
You're only as strong as the moms around you.
That's true.
And you build your life based on your disabilities.
Yeah, I have.
If you're in a wheelchair, your house has a wheelchair ramp.
I think I'm going to be in a wheelchair soon. I think I'm going to be in one
You know
soon.
what? Keep unpacking that.
I'm just saying, I've built a life
Where was that going?
around my disabilities.
Shouldn't the goal be the wheelchair?
Well, get rid of the wheelchair.
No.
Too hard.
Yeah,
too
it's too hard.
Yeah,
The goal is
sometimes
the
you
wheelchair.
can't.
That's what Sam doesn't like. She's
What?
like, just get rid of the wheelchair.
Well, I think he's doing a mixture of it. Like he's saying, yes, that's me, and yes, I can get a little bit better at it. But before you start getting me, just understand that I got this thing.
It's the underlying
Right.
thing that I've always
That's
got.
what
is
you're
I
saying.
don't
You're not
wanna-
saying you can't do it. You're saying I can, not very well, but just so you know, I got this thing, and
But
it's
if you
in me.
keep,
I mean,
but
I
if you
have that
keep canning,
too.
Yeah.
Like I have social anxiety too. You got to push past it.
No, I know.
You got to
but-
work on it.
But
You
a
can't
lot
just
of-
say, "Oh, that's just me."
But a lot of people say like the
Yes.
whole like when you're like, oh, you got to pull up by your bootstraps. You got to lose the
Yeah.
weight. You
And
got to do this. You got to do that.
it's
can I
like-
tell you
but
about
it's-
it? I just had a thing.
Yeah.
I'm a little embarrassed about it.
No,
I'll tell you
no,
an embarrassing
I don't know
story.
if you're allowed to talk about this.
Oh, I don't need to talk about it then.
Yeah.
Let's keep going.
No, do it. Let's do it.
Let's unpack it here.
I get like nervous around like in fancy situations.
Oh, same.
You know?
Yeah.
And I was going to a soccer game, but I had to go to the Ava Mediterranean place that replaced Luma on Park Avenue.
Oh, it is fancy.
and they're having a big media event, and they invited me to come. So I was like, I'll just roll in my soccer stuff and then leave. Who cares if it's a media event?
Right.
And I went in, but I had a hat on. And first they saw me coming up, and they're like, Brendan, thank you for coming. And I was like, oh, my God, they know who I am. That's great. And then I went in, and this waitress looks at me, and she goes, excuse me, sir, but you can't wear a hat in here. And I just kind of froze, and I looked at everybody in the restaurant. I feel like they were all looking at me, and everyone was
she loud about it?
Yeah, she was.
Oh,
and then everybody looked so good and fancy, and I just kind of was like, well, I'm going. And I
you left?
And I just kind of spun. And I was like, well, cool, I don't need to be here. And I left, and they chased after me, and they're like, Brendan, it's fine, you can take your hat off. And I was like, nope. I'm done.
You stuck your hat.
She embarrassed you.
Stick to your hat. Stick to your hat. I'm with you on that. I'm with you on that because she could have done that a different way.
Exactly. I'm sweating just thinking about it. I just didn't handle it.
Yeah,
very
I could
well.
see that your body posture got weird.
Oh, yeah.
That's making me uncomfortable too.
Was it a bonnet with 10,000 people? Because I could see they were like,
Sir, your hat is attracting ants.
It's for social distancing. Just to keep people away from me.
Listen, I've been asked to put on a jacket at places.
Man, the sleeves are too long.
I was just like, I had a trashy upbringing. Like it's ingrained into me. I don't know what it is to be fancy.
Okay, I'll give you one. For a hot minute, I did not like going to Moe's because I could not pronounce the name of their burritos. And they had one that was like a John Cockstan, a John Cockastan.
Okay.
Look up their menu. It's probably still on there. Say it was like a John Cockstan, a John like Cousteau.
This is help. This is therapy. Keep talking.
Something. And then I would walk in and I would look at it and I would read the ingredients. Okay, it's like grilled chicken, cheese, sour cream, all the time. Okay, this is what I want.
Not to interrupt, but a Jacques Cousteau burrito with seafood in it would be great.
That would be pretty good.
Continue.
But I would read it, right, and it would be everything that I wanted. But I was so embarrassed that I couldn't say the name of it that I wouldn't order it. I would pick other things to order because I knew I could say that name. But I felt shamed, like I didn't want to. And
that's interesting.
I didn't want to say the name of the thing to the guy, and the guy go, "Oh, you mean the Jacques Cousteau?" And I'm like, "Yes." I didn't want to do that. So I would just get
it's
something.
So funny for
I
people
didn't
like
want.
you and me who don't care generally. Like we make fun. Like we can kind of live in that area of feeling weird.
The things that weird me out are really weird.
And letting people make fun of us. Like I don't mind looking like an idiot
Me
sometimes. But in those situations, if I don't have control over it, it's like.
And I'll just
I
leave.
don't like it.
I'm with you. I'm just like, I'll just walk out.
Yeah.
Also,
I hadn't really shaved my head right. So.
Okay. All right. I understand.
It looks bad.
I have this new revelation recently where I'm realizing, and I've done this throughout the years, but like now I'm 41 and I'm seeing like 55, 60-year-old men and women and stuff. And then like I'm closer to their age and realizing like these people that I viewed as like older, different humans than me when I was 20, I realize are now just their older versions of themselves. Like they're the same person in the inside as they were when they were young, and they just have older face.
They're just baggy. You got a baggier face.
Did that hit you first when you were looking at your parents or when you were looking at other people?
Like
other people for me.
When I was younger, I used to look at older people like they were somehow different. Like it just like, oh, they must have a different outlook on the world or whatever. And then I'm seeing older people like, oh, they're just the same people that I am, or I
think some people become very extreme versions of themselves too.
True.
As they get older.
Yeah, your personality does change. But I'm starting to see the young person in their eyes. You know what I'm saying?
Can you see the young person in my eyes? Looking in my eyes.
I'm skewed with you because I got old with you. So I still see you
too.
I still see you as younger in my eyes than a random stranger.
I forget. I don't know Sam's age. I get it wrong
my
every
birthday
time.
month.
I always think she's younger than she is. Then she tells me her age, and I go, "What?
You're that old?"
Every time. I've done this for like 9 years. I feel like or something. It's insane. I always think Sam's about 27 years old until she dies.
I wish I was.
That's you, 27, Sammy.
All right.
I got another one for you.
Died
You
this
want to
year.
go to break?
27 Club.
Let's take a break.
Oh, we never even got to. Oh, we got one voicemail in, right?
One in.
I knew this was gonna happen.
I'll stop talking.
No, it's fine. When we come back, we'll get through some voicemails and emails, and then I want to talk to Brendan about what's going
happening
on in Orlando.
And he's been all over the place.
I saw
emotionally.
Yeah.
Megacon.
Yeah.
We'll talk Megacon and all
That's
that. We'll be back after this. What do we got?
Name of the band is Fake Names. The name of the song is Expendables. It's rock and roll. It's punk rock. You'll like it. We'll be right back with more. A Mediocre Time, 1-844-TOMNDAN.
Knock, knock. Who's there? Squirt. Squirt who? Squirt is P. You dumb rednecks.
Right about now, you are listening to the incredible
A Mediocre Time with Tom and Dan, who kindly remind you that squirt is P.
I wanna talk, what you calling me calling? Fucked up in your garden day. Z's on a ride for the night. I wanna kiss, everyone is on fire. Call me, call me. When everything you want is everything you need. And I'm falling on the one. 'Cause I feel it for the first time. I can't dance, you make me realize it's not the curtain time. I've got a lot in mind, I can't dance. I'm feeling overdrive, it's not the curtain time. I've got a lot in mind. Whenever, I'm so whatever. I need a fix when you're rolling me rolling. Feeling at 92, undercover with you, what you like. I wanna watch where your denim is falling. Call me, you should call me. When everything you want is everything you need. And I'm tripping on the one. 'Cause I feel it for the first time. I can't dance, you make me realize it's not the curtain time. I've got a lot in mind, I can't dance. I'm feeling overdrive, it's not the curtain time. I've got a lot in mind. Whenever, I'm so whatever. I wanna talk, what you calling me calling, calling.
that Manscaped bottle.
That is Whales Talk. The name of the song is Swazi. Welcome back to A Mediocre Time with Tom and Dan. I am Dan.
I'm Tom. I'm glad you brought up Manscaped, Brendan, because
I was using mine this morning.
Yeah. We've got the Weed Whacker 2.0.
That's for your nose.
Your nose.
Your schnoz.
Quit
Your
picking
ear.
your nose hairs out. I do it in traffic, and then it makes me
Ew.
sneeze 10,000 times.
I do mine in traffic, too.
Don't ever shake Tom's hand, guys.
I go like this. I
They're
grab
long.
them, and I do it to punish myself. I go,
What if you suddenly hit the brakes?
I never hit the
Dang.
brakes. My car drives itself. But I'm picking them, and I'll pull them out of it. Yeah! And it hurts so bad. Now I don't have to do that, though, because I got the Weed Whacker.
And Daniel, explain
I
to
love
me
this.
the crop reviver.
I'm giving this to you. This is for you.
What is it?
This is Manscaped Crop Reviver. It's a ball toner.
Okay.
It's like a light splash of angel tears for your sack.
I'm going to use it right now.
Open it
it's
and
like
smell it. Smell
aftershave.
it. It's like aftershave for your balls, and it smells amazing. Yeah, open it up.
Unopened. Thank you.
Yeah. Well, I'm not a vulgarian.
Here's the Beard Hedger Pro Kit.
It's fantastic. I use the
Oh,
ball.
that's a handsome illustration, man.
I use the ball toner all over my body. I don't just use it on my balls. I spray it all over me because
All over?
I like the smell of it.
Promo code Tom and Dan for 20% off
Yeah.
your order and free shipping worldwide. So if you want some grooming products, whether it be the Weed Whacker, the beard trimmer,
Yes.
the downstairs groomers.
Yeah, you want to
use that?
Yeah. I'm very, very. I get it used in the corners. I want to see. I'm interested to see what your
Corners.
yeah in the corners. You know, the corners of your legs. That's
Are you
where
like a shorn sheep?
Well, no, that's where like your hairs get the most unruly. I feel like are in the corners. It's like dust bunnies. You got to get in there like at an angle, like zit, and like angle it
Oh,
out.
it does smell like aftershave.
It's nice, right? It smells like a nice aftershave.
Yeah.
It's light.
Sounds like an uncle I made out with once.
Hey, butt touching. But no, it's
I've
great.
seen those videos.
I absolutely love the.
Have you?
The ball toner's great, and then I use the deodorant too. They have a ball deodorant.
Oh.
Does it keep it dry?
Yeah,
Oh.
you use it. It's like a lotion, and you rub it in your hands.
You're going
and
to
you-
need that
and then
for the
you-
Guardians game, Tom.
You could have used it on the golf course. You do your balls and your inner thighs.
Dr.
and
Oz
then
wants you to do that more, you know.
Everything stays nice.
You think your boys will talk to me at the game? I don't think they've ever said one word to me.
No, they
They're
won't.
very
They
quiet.
don't talk to anybody.
They're quiet boys.
Have you talked to them?
They're not
You should
chirpers.
Say
talk to
hi,
them.
and
You
they're
should
just
talk to him. If you had a bikini top on, Tommy talk to you. I tell you that right now. I know he's a man. He's a real man.
He'll look.
Yeah.
He'll look.
He'd get ice cream from you, I bet, if he needed
That's
to.
called grooming.
So, Sam,
Yeah?
want to do an email?
Sure.
Hope it's a good one.
Caught me off guard here.
First email.
Tom's endless questioning. Hi there, OG Silent BDM here. Tom has finally made me say something. On the topic of Tom endlessly questioning things like, did people really believe wrestling was real? The thing that Tom is missing every time is emotions. He can't understand it because it all comes down to emotions. Yes, Tom, grown-ass men in the 80s completely believed WWF was real, and they had a passion about it. And when people told them it was fake, they would get really mad. I've seen it firsthand as a kid. Sadly, that's where you can't understand it. I'm not sure if you, Tom, have ever felt real passion. I can't remember any of the other things you've analyzed lately, but I do remember it all came down to emotions, and the fact that Tom doesn't have them or understand other people do, just because it hasn't happened to you or Miami doesn't make it not real. You're driving me crazy with that. Also, you'll say that if this is dangerous, we would have heard about it on the news or something. Then you say you never watch the news or read it.
That's the funniest part. That's the part.
I pull my hair out sometimes
That's
with
the
you.
smartest thing Tom says.
That made me laugh.
Sam, is this you?
No,
This is
it's
a
not
great
me.
show. You should listen to the show. This motherfucker's funny as hell.
I pull my hair out sometimes with you. I do love you, though. I really love me some Dan, most talented guy in Orlando. And
That's
Sam,
not
you do
true.
an amazing job. I don't know how you do it, though. I love you guys so
That's
much.
true.
BDM
That one's,
forever.
the Sam one's true.
P.S. You should raise the max level on the BDM love meter. I'd pay more a month if you let me.
Oh.
Well, all right. Well, hey, I'm not stopping.
Definitely
well,
not
we
me.
Are, we
Definitely
we
not
are
me.
actually
First of
stopping.
all, way to slap someone and then say something nice.
I like that.
Well,
no,
she
I like
still
that.
loves
If
Tom.
you're
She just
gonna-
says you're driving her
If
crazy.
it, like when people write to me and they say, I'm trying to think of some people go like, Dan, you always interrupt. Tom, shut the fuck up. If
Love you.
after that they were
Yeah.
like, but you know what?
I love you.
I just gotta let you know, man. You work really hard.
You make me laugh every day.
You're
Yeah.
passionate about this show. The reason you're interrupting is because you love doing this and you really want to make me smile. And I
man.
understand what you're doing. But if you could just pull it back one notch, it would make me feel better. Still
I
love you,
can't.
buddy.
My glass is too full. If someone opened up a letter like that, I'd say, go fuck yourself.
Really? You get mad? Do you get mad?
Yeah, I
easy?
get mad. I do. I had one lady get mad at me because I used a photo of that new mural on Whiskey Lou's. There's like a woman with a gator, and she
Okay.
thought I
I've
was
seen that.
glorifying violence by
Oh, my.
using
Well, that's
a
a
photo
crazy
of a
person.
gator
And
and
you
a
wrote her
woman.
back and said, I'll beat your ass, you bitch. I'll fuck you up.
I was like, you clearly don't understand what the mural is.
Right.
It's just a sexy lady with a sexy gator.
I think you and I are sensitive like that in that
Oh
we-
yeah, I carry it with me.
Yeah, I do too.
And I fester.
On your sleeve?
Yeah, and then I become a Sith Lord.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't have any of that.
Well,
Or
if,
do you?
if someone complains about something that's crazy, in my mind, I'll write them off as crazy.
How do you
and-
determine if it's crazy?
Because if they're saying something that I
That's
think
crazy.
is crazy,
Okay.
like you're
So every email.
It was just intense. It's not nice to say
Well-
you don't have emotions. You clearly have emotions. You just don't like.
I can separate the reality from the emotions, and I think
That's good.
that is what I don't understand that people can't do. If
But
like
you do it too much is the point.
It
Is that
could be true.
sometimes you don't factor in the emotion aspect. Is basically what she was saying.
Well,
That's
he'll
true, yes.
discount it
Because
in-
you disassociate doesn't mean
Yeah.
that everybody
Well,
does.
you're not like you don't really value emotion, do you? You've said that before, I
No,
think.
well,
I
yes,
don't mean
do.
that in a mean way.
No,
but
no,
I,
he has said that.
he's.
Yeah.
I think he said before he does not value people's
Oh, okay.
emotions.
No,
Well, not like value people's
No.
emotions. He just
Well,
doesn't
that's
put a value
psychotic.
on emotion
like,
in general.
Well, like I've heard him say the phrase before, and I'm not trying to gang up
Yeah,
on you.
yeah.
I've heard you say, "I hurt your feelings." What do you? I don't even. What even is that?
Yeah,
And
yeah,
to
you're like, what does
me-
that even mean? Yeah.
To me, when he says that, I'm like, oh man, that's a bad one because that really means that you don't value that person's feelings.
Well, in the context of the conversation, it could be like a business thing, right? Is
Well,
Well, most of the time it is.
Yeah.
Most of the time it is.
But I discount when someone gets their feelings hurt when someone doesn't intend to do it and it's so far from
Right.
what the intention was. So, for instance, if we're making a joke on the show and then someone emails me and like that hurt my feelings, then I'm just like, well, that's your own issue. I don't know
Right.
why you're telling me because that wasn't intended to hurt your feelings. Obviously, it's intended as a joke, and I don't even know you.
And I'll
so
say that
why are
sounds
your
healthier than what we do, which is carry it with us and get upset.
Oh, it is healthier.
And then
yeah, that's not debatable.
And then
Yeah.
so the
what
a
I do
happy
is
medium.
what I do is unhealthy.
I want that skill.
I do too.
And
I ask him. He's gotten me better. He's gotten me a little
Yeah.
better.
But then also like if you what I can separate too, if like you want something to be true, but you know in reality it's not, or you're looking at it
That's different.
you know objectively, then you're like okay this, but then so that's where I'm like, well, yeah, I can understand wanting something to happen. It's kind of like what I talk about gambling. Like I want the Dolphins to win the Super Bowl, but I'm betting against it because that's what I think is going to happen. So I could do them both. Like I could bet against the Dolphins, but also want them in my heart to win and be happy if they do win.
Okay.
But I don't think they will.
Right.
It's because I'm looking at the big picture of it. So because I want something to happen doesn't mean that I'm going to bet that it does. Wanting it and thinking or what's actually going to happen are two different things to me.
Okay.
I get it.
Yeah, that makes sense to me. It's a bit more compartmentalized.
Well
It's a
said,
bit
Tom.
more-
But all, like,
It's
but
also like an opposite, different set of boundaries.
also, if I hurt my son's feelings or Crystal's feelings, it hurts me bad.
yeah.
And I do
Well, that
care
I've
about
seen.
that. And then but strangers or people outside of my life, like it's like they hold less value. It's also like I value feelings in a spectrum.
Yeah.
It's like,
And then when you
if I
start to
hurt
talk
your
about
guys'
that,
feelings,
though, the unfortunate thing is when we start to talk about those things, it can sound kind of cold, which I don't think is the intent.
Cool. I
At
get
all.
It.
But
I get it.
I promise. I don't want to hurt anybody's feelings. But I realize it will happen. And then if I do, I feel bad that it happened.
It
but
makes
no,
sense to
it's
me,
not my
man.
intention.
Yeah.
But the same thing with me too. Like if someone says something, I always take it as a joke, like the BDMs or whatever. Unless they mean it otherwise, then I'll be pissed. Like if you really are trying to fuck with me or like say something mean to me on purpose to hurt my feelings, then fuck it. Like let's argue about it. Then we'll fight. But if you're saying something, I'm not always gonna take it personally.
Yeah.
If it's because I'm gonna right off the bat, I'm gonna take it as a joke first.
Yeah.
Unless
I think that's healthy.
Unless I have evidence otherwise that it's meant to be
Now,
mean.
you and I typically will kind of do, like, at least I'll speak for me. I hit it with the, like, I'll read it, and then I'll initially internalize it as a joke, but then it doesn't leave my brain.
I just wrote about that.
I sit on it a little longer, and then I stew it, and I read it, and then I analyze it a little more, and then I turn it bad.
Yeah.
Which is
that's what I do.
Not healthy either.
I wrote it. That's our letter to the editor in last month's little magazine.
Yeah.
That's what I completely wrote about that. About how much I do that. I'll try to laugh it off at first, and then it slowly gets under my skin.
Yeah.
And then I bring it up to my gay boyfriend Scotty, and he's like, "Shut up! I don't care."
I like that. I'm like Scotty.
Scotty don't give a fuck.
And I'm like, "Can you help shoulder this burden with me?" And he's like, "No, I ain't got enough crap.
Leave me alone."
I think that's.
Let me sit out here with my beer and my dog. Go back to your hole.
Oh, I love Scotty. He's awesome.
The way
like, get the fuck out of here.
But
no.
Like we said this before, but that's what's causing a lot of the problems on the internet is that like people are taking things different, like
or like you have to be very specific, or people take things very literal, like, and if you're just trying to be funny or something, people get really up in arms because it's not exactly the way they interpreted it.
Yeah, because you're leaving it up to interpretation when you post something in text form.
This is a helpful conversation.
Or joke.
I'm sorry.
But
You're I feel great. No, I feel good.
You're seeing stuff on the internet and everybody's mad about it or whatever. Yeah. Everybody's fighting, and it's like, what? And I totally understand what's happening is there's a bunch of confusion. Everybody's taking it the way they're emotionally taking it.
There's a new bodega that opened up in South Yola. Everyone's excited about it. It's right by a dog park, and I called it a pagoda.
Yeah,
in my title.
I laughed. I just went with it.
I was like, why would I do? So stupid.
Yeah.
I was probably smoking when I wrote it. And then
don't say that.
And this guy said in the comment, he goes, journalism. I was like,
and that bothered you?
It did, because I was like, fuck you, I made a mistake.
Did you write fuck you to the guy?
No, I blocked him.
Oh my God! All right.
Which I never do, but
it is good for me to see other people
but
like
you're
that.
probably on edge. You had a rough weekend at Megacon.
I wouldn't have blocked him. I wouldn't have said anything. It would have bothered me.
We never ban anyone.
And then I would just kept it inside my brain, and it would have killed me a couple of minutes at a time. Like, seriously.
He just brought up something that he saw, like it was a mistake, it was a typo, and he mentioned
He's not wrong.
Yeah,
I know he's not wrong. I made a mistake. I made
Isn't that the worst though when they're right? And that happens to me sometimes. If somebody get my ass.
But they don't have to be a snarky asshole about it. You know what I mean?
The editor of Winter Park Magazine.
Would you?
I've been asking myself that, right? Like that's kind of how I've been playing it. I'll ask myself, like, well, that guy was a snarky asshole to you. Would you have been a snarky asshole to that guy?
Yeah.
And I think I would have back in the day. But somewhere along the lines,
something happened.
Like Andrew and I have been trying to, like, this gets a little too like real, but like we've been trying to analyze it, and like I have changed, like my confidence level of like being, who I am and like defending myself against people died when my parents died. Like there's parts of that went away when I lost my parents. And it has made me
You think it's because they gassed you up?
I don't know.
They like gave you a lot of self-esteem?
Yeah, maybe just being alive.
And being good parents that actually treated you well?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
And I think losing them, like they did prepare me for everything by being my biggest champion and like helping me, but they didn't prepare me for when they were gone. So now that they're gone, I'm having to navigate this with my own set of like almost like artificial confidence.
You're also a business owner now, versus when you were starting before.
I didn't want to be though.
Yeah, but now you have bills to pay, and you can't piss off all your sponsors and advertisers.
I want to, though. I want to piss them all off.
Daniel doesn't handle that part of it. He don't give two shits. Talk about the pube trimmer. That's just how it is. He's like, all right.
Yeah, all right. I trim my pubes with this. Tom told me this is the best pube trimmer, so it is.
Money. Anyway, what's
you want a voicemail? I got one. This one's for you, buddy. This is regarding Dr. Tracy.
Good one, Tracy.
I just want to know why.
This is my favorite voicemail. That's
Tell me why.
That's 7
He's
seconds,
a country
guys.
Backstreet Boy.
That's 7 seconds. Just before he gets to the beginning of it. That's 7 seconds. That's a 7 seconds real Florida man right here. Here he goes.
I just want to know why y'all ain't asked Dr. Tracy about the dowsing rods. That's fucked up.
Wow.
Well, what do you think she's going to say?
That would have been insulting to her.
Okay,
yeah. I don't ask her about how
Could you hear
magic works either.
Could you hear it? The mouth open? You can hear it. You can do the. I just want to know why. You can hear it. There's distance in there, and I don't know how that happens.
Yeah.
Callback, sir.
Yeah, it's
You're my favorite.
Yeah, you're my favorite. That's the voicemail of the week.
Insulting her intelligence by asking.
Since Lakeland Jim won't call us anymore.
Okay. Or if dowsing rods are real.
I kid you not.
Hey, don't ask her if they're real. Don't ask her if her rods are real.
Dr. Tracy will talk, like she includes us, comments to us, slides into our DMs at least once a week.
She loved when our group went to show up for the Science Center.
She's always
She was taking pictures with us.
She is a fan of our show. She's very kind to us. She's always commenting on things that we do. So just,
You want to ask her if dowsing rods are real?
Yeah, I do. I want to ask.
Well, of course they're not.
Those are the things they use to find water?
Yeah.
I think it works.
No.
Don't get them started.
Canadians think they work.
Don't they do it in the desert?
No, it doesn't do nothing.
What do you mean?
We have a bunch of listeners that work.
Does Harry Potter's magic wand work?
Yeah,
what are we asking
in
here?
Water, and they use and I bought a pair of.
I thought we buried this months ago.
I know.
We're back.
The irony.
Isn't it like when you put a paper clip on a leaf in a puddle and it helps find the
What the hell are you talking about? A leaf in a puddle?
But that's science.
Is that real? If you put a paper clip on a leaf in a puddle,
Never
it'll
heard that
find
in my
north?
life.
I've never heard that
Well,
either. That's some Canadian magic.
There's magnetic poles that.
And as for Twitch saying, because I'm Canadian, me thinking it's real, you mind your business, that's prejudice.
Oh, yeah, don't be reading that. You'll be fighting with everybody now.
When you said ask them if they're real, it reminded me of Crystal was watching the Pamela Anderson documentary.
Oh, yeah.
Has anybody seen that?
The one that she put out or the one that was put out about her?
The one that she
With
put
the
out.
talking, not the talking penis one.
No. The one she put out, and she was recounting what her rise to fame and what she went through.
Yeah.
And when you watch it, you're like, oh my god.
Oh, the sexual harassment was off the charts.
Every reporter, in the '90s, first question was like, are your titties real?
What color's your bush?
Yeah.
What I'm not
Well, every BDM that sees me, your tits really are
What's
that
the one
big.
about the supermodel that just with her, it's like she was like a child model and now she's older. It just
God damn, Brooke Shields?
Brooke Shields.
Oh, yeah. I think
Gross. With that interview, it's like, God,
She's
you're
a
stunning.
legitimate child.
Yeah.
Even Drew Barrymore.
Yeah,
it was
yeah.
really sick, dude.
They would
You used to be
I
able to
only
do it.
laugh because these grown-ass professional men, they work for a giant...
Larry King, my guest is Pamela Anderson. All your titties ring.
It's not like you're...
Look at those things.
It's not like you're Howard Stern, 90s shock jock. You're like fucking Larry
It was
King.
accepted, yeah.
And like professional journalism, asking her only questions about her implants. And now I understand.
Because that was the culture.
That was society.
They wanted to ask that crap.
We're in the
so
90s.
gross.
We're all just watching it, like, oh yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, Britney
was
Spears too.
He asked about her titties.
Are you still a virgin? Why are you asking a 17-year-old if
it
she's
ties
a
into that
virgin?
Because you
Woodstock
want to fuck her.
documentary. Did you see that Woodstock
No,
one
that's
too? It's the
Barbara
same
Walters
thing.
that asked her that.
Barbara Walters?
Yeah.
Oh, she was a real bitch back in the day.
Oh my God, why would you ask that?
And then you start looking about her and making money off the fucking documentary that they did about her, and then also the
That
sex
series too.
Like you're
the scripted series they
My-
wrote about her.
Yeah, when
life.
does it end?
My God, you stole this person's
Leave her the fuck
property,
alone.
and you're not compensating her of any. You do a documentary
And
about
she's
her.
like, they never even asked me anything. So whose story are they telling? They're telling my story, but I didn't give them any of this
Right.
information. So whose lens is it coming from?
But also, the person's making a shit ton of money.
Yeah,
for the government.
exactly.
It's just sitting there, nothing, and that's crazy to me. You can make all this money off this
Think of
person.
Marilyn Monroe. She's been dead for years, and people are banking on her.
Yeah,
Go to
but people
Megacon,
bought the
no-
rights to that
they-
from somewhere.
Yeah,
I don't know.
there's
No,
a
people are
company-
still making documentaries and stuff. They don't have the rights to
Yeah,
her
yeah.
merchandise.
Well, what you mean though, there is a company that bought her likeness. There's a couple of them. There's Marilyn Monroe.
Yeah, when
there's
she's
Elvis
not making the
Presley.
money from it.
when
right, her
No,
family's
no.
not.
Because she's
When you're
dead.
dead, though, I'm like,
Really?
No, I'm just like, it's a less of a. When I see Pamela Anderson sitting there talking, but I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, she's there. You
Yeah,
can't.
the Pam Anderson one
nothing.
is crazy because it was like she had zero control over and zero recourse, and she'd been wronged, and like she was a victim, right?
Yeah.
Continually.
100%
and she
a
still
victim.
is. And she still is.
Yeah.
And then that movie that was made about her with Margot Robbie is like, it's just another version of that people selling the sex tape. It's just, it continues.
They also made it, like, from what I understood, I didn't see it, but like
it was funny.
Well, that was one of her problems with it, though.
Yeah.
It wasn't funny to me.
No.
When my entire life was being flushed down the toilet. And then the difference is, and I understand what Sam's saying about Marilyn Monroe, but the difference is, and I agree with Tom, is that she's still here sitting there to talk about, like, hi, I'm here. Here's my side.
Yeah.
Does anybody give a fuck
Yeah.
about what I'm saying,
It was nuts when I only saw a little bit here and there but I was like,
What
God
Crystal
damn.
think?
I'm glad
She
she
like
said
it?
something.
Yeah, no, she liked it. She just said that it's crazy.
Does it make you like Pam Anderson?
They did this to her. Well, she seems completely different than the stereotype that I
She's
guess.
really smart.
Yeah.
Poor Canadian working mom.
Busting. You know what it reminded me of, and we should talk to Tiffany about this. But like Tiffany's,
Agreed.
like when she was grinding it out, trying to become successful with her band and become a performer and stuff, and like the shit even that Tiffany had to go through. Where
I mean, women in general just get the shit end of the stick of not being taken seriously.
Yeah, but especially in the entertainment
I'm sorry,
world.
Tom's talking right now.
When you look,
you fucking idiot.
It's really the big ass titties put you in a category.
It does. Yeah.
And then it's like
a big ass titty category.
Yeah. Like like what color you are, the titties. there's certain categories that you get put in, and then there's like, all right.
What color are you? How big are your titties? Okay.
Yeah, they're like, all right, noted.
And there's beef with like Tommy Lee's new wife and Pamela Anderson.
Yep.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
What's her name? She's an
forgot her fucking name.
influencer.
Brittany something?
Brittany
Furlan?
Furlan?
I hate
Furlan?
people.
She's cute. I mean, I'll give her that. She seems,
Brittany
she's
Furlan.
definitely his type and looks good nude. But other than that, I don't know.
But there's
much
also
about
like
her.
rumors that she was also kind of a stalkery, like old Hailey Bieber.
I'd read that too. Yeah, I'd read that too. Like a copycat or a little bit. Yeah, I read that too.
It's like, there she is in the background of all these photos. Like, what the fuck?
All right, you want another voicemail?
Yeah.
Let's try this one entitled Rice.
Hey, Tom and Dan and Sam.
Great voice.
Love the show as always. However, you guys have really gotten away from what you believe in at your core. I thought the show was all about sucking fat titties and butt fucking your wife and, divorce, suicide stories and stuff like that. And you guys come back from spring break, and I understand that it was a pre-recorded show that I guess you'd done before. And you MFs talk about goddamn rice. I've never heard Sam more excited talking to you two than when you guys started talking about rice. Ay, ay, ay.
I love rice.
I don't even know what the hell you're talking about.
Also,
I'm a rice fan.
When did we talk
Why
about
does
rice?
it sound like he's jacking off?
Yeah, he always sounds like he's jacking off. That guy jacks off so much.
Who also
I like rice.
Ay, 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 out loud.
Achi, why? Ay, caramba. Okay, so I like jasmine rice.
Is that what we were talking about? The
I
type
like
of rice
wild rice. I like Uncle Ben's.
Oh, I love Uncle Ben's.
Wild rice.
I'm just trying to get excited.
You do wild rice. You do quick cook.
He doesn't like that.
Anybody here do Uncle Ben's quick cook wild
No.
rice?
Ooh,
No.
One time I butt fucked my wife while
she was cooking rice.
There you go.
There
it is.
There it is.
Ay, ay, ay. Also, you said, he's like, and when you
Don't say it like that. That's racist. When you go, ay, 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 that's racist. That's meaning in silence.
You're like, when you got back from your vacation
Yeah.
and started talking about rice. I understand this is pre-recorded, so it is actually not when you got back from your vacation. It was pre-recorded. So then what do you understand? Like, you're saying you're mad that we got back from vacation and started talking about
Look
something?
at the chat room. All kinds of rice. Yellow rice. Zatarans. Like,
Yeah.
where are you on rice? Do you like rice?
I like all rice.
Does Scotty like rice?
Yeah. He doesn't get it. He doesn't get, like, there's different varieties of things.
Yeah, he's a real man. Yeah.
So, like, when I
yelly, he's like, leave me alone. Just make
I just
want
to eat sauerkraut from a jar, dip a sausage in
He
it.
likes sauerkraut?
Oh, yeah, he loves that stuff.
I love sauerkraut. Oh, my God.
He wants to drink pickle juice. Like, so, like, he
He's
just,
into like the tangy
he'll
stuff.
open up a cupboard, and I'll have, like, 4 different types of quinoa and stuff, and he's like, "What is this crap?
Yeah.
I don't understand what
with
this
Scotty.
is."
Fuck ancient grains can suck a dick. I hate them. Ancient grains
We
are
need them.
terrible.
They're good for our bodies. Farro is awesome.
Farro sucks.
You got to toast it first.
No, my
How do you
God.
feel about couscous?
Yeah.
I like couscous.
It's a pasta.
Both varieties. I like standard and Israeli couscous, even though you can't talk about it now because they're spicy.
Because they don't live
Well,
together.
they're spicy over there.
I'm mad that couscous isn't good for you.
Because it's pasta.
Yeah, it's tiny baby pasta.
I get it confused with what's the one that has
Orzo?
protein? Is that quinoa?
Probably, yeah.
Probably.
Probably think
Quinoa sucks, dude.
No,
Quinoa
it's so
fucking
good.
sucks.
It's so good.
Farro is even worse. Farro is like you're eating what comes out of the mash tanks at Hourglass. You go to Hourglass, they're like, "Oh, we got some trash. We just brewed some beer. The byproducts are left over here. You want to
you're
boil
just not
them and
eating
eat
it
them?"
right. I just had Farro, the Foreigner experience.
I don't like
it's
Foreigner.
The chef it's the new chef's
They
table
stink.
thing over by.
Can't say. I'll cut that out.
It's by Red Light, Red Light. He made me a Farro dish, and it was delicious. It brought a tear to my eye.
Farro made you
It was
cry.
delicious.
The only Pharaoh I like are the Egyptian pharaohs. All right.
That's good.
Email. We're
That's
gonna
good.
do
one email.
A puff Farro.
It's a little bit of a long one here.
Hey, that's what
Old
she said.
man partier.
Oh.
I just finished listening to the episode Tillamook Rondinario, where Tiffany described her spring break adventures. As a human, it made me laugh, and as a parent, it was terrifying. At the end of the episode, Tom asked for old men to write in. I have never been to spring break in college or as an adult, but I do like to party with young people. Sending to Sam because Too Long didn't read for Tom. Aside for reference, I was the one who sent Sam's Travis all of my Guess Who vinyl. Oh, thank you.
Oh, that's nice.
I'm a 64-year-old average white man, 5'10", 200 pounds, not fit, gray hair.
I'm really into Samantha's husband.
I don't live the healthiest lifestyle and have earned a lot of stereotypes, all of the stereotypes, diseases that you can think of. Diseases, I'm assuming he's meant there.
Heart stuff.
My voice sounds like Dan's old man voice because of a trimmer, not from my age.
A trimmer? What do you have, an essential trimmer?
I have one
thought I had
important
one of
comment in case you stop reading. My 64-year-old brain works almost the same as when I was 40. Tits, what's for dinner, ass, money, family, okay.
Hold
don't
on, this
fall.
is my brain. Tits, money, what's for... That's just me.
It's all the same. You just
Do
you got the same brain and you're an old body.
Do you
That's
know
what
what I
I
said
realized.
today?
My
When
pop-up
I-
used to say
This
that.
is crazy. You know what I said this morning when I woke up? I opened my eyes and I looked around and I saw my wife putting on her yoga pants and she had her titties out. And I looked at her and I go, titties. That's it. That's all I said. And she goes, all you care about is terriers and titties.
When I was dressed up like Uhura at Megacon
Yeah.
with these giant tig old bitties,
Mega titties.
we would walk by people, they're all these late 40-year-old men, early 50s, and they'd go, oh yeah, that's a whole lot of woman. Or like, oh, look at them titties.
That's never said me. That's me
That was
yourself.
my Megacon experience.
Yeah,
was like
yeah.
a wave of people, all these guys
If I'd have seen
muttering
you-
that into their
Yeah,
hairy
if I'd
old
have
man
seen
chest.
you, I'd have been
Welcome
like,
to being a woman.
Oh, look at them
Titties.
titties.
It's all about the titties.
Yeah, it really is.
It's all about
Yeah,
tits.
every morning
That's
Sam
it.
comes in, she got her coffee, and I'm like, dude.
No, I don't say that.
That's why I put my hoodie on.
Here they go.
Like you guys, I have a limited number of friends my own age. I work in IT with mostly younger people in their 20s and 30s. Some of us go to conferences in Las Vegas, generally at the Venetian. We try to go a few days early and visit the Tao Beach area. Tops optional.
Hey, titties.
Security checks all IDs when entering. They look at mine and say, have a nice day, youngster.
Oh.
We have sometimes rent a shaded day bed for more than $149 and slightly less than $1,000. Actual cabanas are crazy expensive. There are a few types of ladies that hang out at Tao. Sorry, not calling them girls. Many are there to hook up with the buff young urban troubadours.
Oh, that's
They-
black people. I heard.
They're-
I caught the word urban in there.
There are a good number that just want to hang out. We are non-threatening. Ladies come to the cabana to get some shade, and we always buy drinks because we are gentlemen. Am I going to look? You're goddamn right. We've hosted several groups for dinner. Later, no hanky-panky. Vegas regulars are used to seeing an older guy with younger women. I don't care what others think. A social group of about 20 work associates have developed. I don't drink much since I was in my 30s, but they go hard, and I have lost my soul on multiple occasions. Several times, a dozen people have rented a pontoon with a driver, consumed dozens
Sounds
of
like
claws
fan fiction.
by lunchtime,
This
have
also
to.
sounds so boring. It's like old man hangs out with people. I want to see some dicks out. I want titties out.
Well, titties are out.
It sounds like he's trying to let you know, Sam, that he's totally cool.
That he
and that
parties.
it's
It does
all
sound
right.
like
You can stop by if you want.
Yeah, it does sound like he's laying the groundwork.
Yeah.
Is this
that
because
he's responsible?
If y'all want to come and hang out, that's cool.
Well, is this
if you
because
want to
I-
let your titties out, that's even cooler.
Yeah. Have you ever been to a party, and the Tom's not going to be able to look at you while I ask you this, Sam. Have you ever been comfortable enough at a party where you have removed your top?
Yeah. Not in a long time though.
Look
Have
at
you?
Look at Tom's hair. You can see.
Have you been?
Huh?
Have you guys?
I
got nude?
Take your
I
shirts
have
off
been
on
in
the
I'll take my. I've been naked in front of Tom.
Uh-huh.
I have not been naked.
Because he
I
looks
have not
down.
been naked in front of his wife, nor has my wife been naked.
Okay.
You've been naked in front of my wife.
Yeah, I have.
Oh, yeah.
In a sauna?
No, just running around like drunk, jumping, jumping around drunk like
After
a
he left
small-
his corporate job, he got drunk for 2.5 weeks and
Yeah.
then was losing his mind.
Yeah, he was,
and
freaking
we were
out.
part of it.
At one of the gatherings, it was revealed that I had never tried pot. One of the ladies took me to her room and produced a fish whistle, and we puffed it up.
What's a fish whistle?
That's weed.
Yeah,
It's a joint.
We are ride or die friends, so I trusted that her stuff was safe. We basically just
Stuff
mellowed.
was safe. It's weed.
Well, it can be laced. We basically
That
just
makes it better.
well, he's never even smoked weed, so we basically just mellowed out for several hours and ate a bunch of munchies. I was hoping that the room would turn colors, or I would run around screaming naked, but no. I
Well,
did
what
drive
about
home.
the titties?
I did drive home at 3:30 a.m., probably at 45 miles per hour. Not so good. Stopping here, this could go on for 5 more pages.
Well, that was
Jay
boring.
the Frogman.
Jay the Frogman, your email. There's nothing
The
interesting
frog voice
about it.
man.
Is he proving that
He said you asked for emails for old men to write in that still party.
I don't think that's partying. That just sounds like something my dad would do.
Not necessarily. I don't think you did. Your dad
No,
hang
he
out
didn't
with
ever
a bunch
smoke
of
pot.
Well, what I'm saying.
Where is he going though?
Did he hang out with a
Vegas.
bunch of
He was in
colleagues
Vegas.
that
Oh,
were
okay.
half his age? It doesn't seem like
No.
your dad rode his motorcycle, went
With
to biker
other
bars.
motorcycle
yeah.
old men.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
he spent
usually-
$1,000 on a cabana?
No, he said they can go up to 1,000.
Oh.
So,
But he goes to like those pool parties in Vegas, and then they'll rent a party pontoon boat.
Okay,
that.
but it is off-putting and weird if you go to, let's say, and look, I don't even think this is a thing anymore, but like rehab. Remember when?
Rehab's a thing.
No, but like that.
Bam Margera doesn't know
no,
about
I
it.
thought
but-
that was the name of the club.
Yeah,
wasn't
yeah.
Oh, I don't know.
It was the pool party
Yeah.
at one Vegas place.
Yeah, it was like, and then you have like DJ Khaled at rehab, and
Yeah.
it was like the
a
thing.
Vegas pool party.
What a terrible name for a fucking club.
I mean, I'll be honest with you. When I heard it, I was like, "Ooh, I want to go to that because that's where all the drugs are." You know, like I was like, "That's gonna be crazy."
Yeah.
So like, there's nothing more embarrassing though. Like if you and I went there, even if like better shape than we are in now, we're on the tee, we are spending the money, bottle service, and we got it's still not right. And when people see
we
it,
haven't aged out yet. When you get into your 60s and 70s, I think then you're a
novelty.
You're the stereotypical old man. Our age, like in your 40s,
established businessman.
Well, there are still people in their 40. You'll see fucking old man Dana White and some of those type of guys
Slapping his wife around.
yeah. They're
Slap
rich.
my wife around.
I call them three boaters. When they come into bingo, I'm like, I bet you got 3 boats.
Yeah, okay, yeah. The middle-aged men.
Yeah.
But when you
Yeah,
get
yeah.
into your 60s and 70s, then I feel like you're hanging out with 30-year-olds. Then you're the novelty old man in the group, which I feel is a little embarrassing.
Should
right?
ask Scotty about it because he's 50 something.
But he doesn't look old. I'm talking
he
about
doesn't.
you
That
need to
guy-
look old.
Man,
He's
Scotty
good skin.
he looks. His skincare regimen is great.
Like you need to be this
Pickled.
stereotypical
All that
old
sauerkraut.
man. Yeah, like there's some people that just like the 60s and 70s they look like an old man,
Uh-huh.
and then when
I'm
you
starting to feel like old now.
No,
Like, I didn't used to. I used to think that I could get by with Vans and flat brims. It's fuck. I'm dead. I'm dead in the water.
no, that's fine because
What are you gonna wear? Polo shirts and
I don't know.
That's what Tom wears.
Yeah, you're making fun of Tom now.
that's his thing.
I got
now.
on these villain shorts. I put these on this morning. I'm like, you can't wear this. I put this V-neck on this morning. He's like, you can't wear this. I started spiking my hair again. I'm like, 05 again. Look at you, motherfucker. You're a piece of shit.
as long as Bam
My self-talk is trash. That's what my therapist tried to work with me
You need to
yesterday.
double down on therapy sessions.
My therapist yesterday, she's like, your self-talk's crazy. And then
so do it again.
We were talking about something that bothered me, and I was like, that guy, if I saw him, I'd throw him on the ground and gouge his eyes out with the Sharpies on your desk. And her whole face changed. And I realized I...
Oh, she on a 5150.
And then, I asked her, I said, did I go too far? You know what she said? You did.
Yeah, and then inside
She
you were
said
like,
you did?
She said I did.
and your
She-
face was
you're
like,
supposed
oh
to-
no, but inside you were
No,
like,
and
yeah.
and she goes, I've never heard you be quite that angry about something.
So, you don't listen to the radio show.
I need to talk to your therapist one day. I
mean, for multiple reasons, but
no,
yeah.
no.
Not for that
I'm just
reason.
gonna be like,
Yeah.
he's crazy.
This guy's crazy.
You don't think she knows?
Well, I don't know. She's still trying to do something about it, or just sit there and listen to the craziness, and collect your paycheck and have a nice day. Anyway,
Get your social media.
You
person
can't
to
do
assemble
anything
some-
about it.
Can I tell you something unrelated to voicemails and emails that happened
No.
to me while going to my therapist that bothered me? I'm walking in and there's this courier coming in, and I'm going to this specific building, and I have to go up to the 7th floor to see my therapist.
Oh.
So I walk in, and it's one of these elevators where when you hit the button, there's 2 elevators. There's one on the right side of the building and one on the left side of the building, but you can see both, right? It's in the lobby. Then the entrance is in the front. I hit the button, and then it's I can hear the elevators coming down, so I can see that the one on the right side, not the one I'm standing on, I'm standing at the left side. The one on the right side, which I'm gonna have to go across the entire lobby to get it, but I can see that it's the one coming down. And there's a courier standing with me, and she's got a package to deliver. And I go, "What floor are you going to?" She's like, 7th floor. I go,
I've
"Okay,
seen
that's
this
where
porn.
I'm going to." So the door's coming down on the elevator's coming down on the right side. I walk over to the right side. I go to get in there, and she's still standing by the other elevator. And I get in there, and I hit 7th floor, and the door goes right about to close, and then it opens up again. She hit the button, and I look out, and it's her. And I say, "Come on, we're going up," and she just stands there. And then so the door starts closing. You love this. The door starts closing again. And then it opens.
She knew you were crazy. She didn't want to get in the elevator.
She hit the button again, and the door opened again. And I go, I'm looking at her. I'm like, I'm going to the 7th floor. And then this time it was going, and that time it shut. And then I just rode up alone. And I was like, I wonder why she didn't want to ride with me.
She knew.
Yeah.
Women should not get in elevators with a single bean.
What?
Sometimes you don't have a choice.
That's a whole different level of paranoia that I've never heard before.
Not everybody's a rapist.
Yeah.
2023.
What are you doing?
2023.
No, it's
Gotta
fine.
be
23. Don't ride with me.
I'm not a minority. It's fine.
The seat's taken.
I'm a little white guy.
Elevator's
so
taken.
paranoid.
I'm harmless.
Yeah.
He's
That's what
getting
they
death
want you to
threats.
think.
Fuck you. You'd be
Can we
less
talk about
paranoid.
that? Can we talk about Megacon?
Yeah.
People were threatening death on you?
Yeah.
I'll
Calling
kick
me a
their ass.
pedo.
A pedo?
A pedo.
Why are you a pedo?
Multiple. Well, because I was in a dress and
And a wig and
Oh,
makeup.
yeah. Well, I don't think pedos wear dresses.
Has anybody ever
Some do.
seen a pedophile?
That's what I was like. I don't think you know.
Those are the ones I've
Just
seen.
check your neighborhood. They're everywhere.
Have these morons seen a pedophile? They are all over the internet. Search it on Google.
The funny thing is they look more like you than the people in the dress. Like, you look at the pedophile, you look at yourself, you're like, yikes, I kind of look like that guy.
Right.
No, I was
Also,
intense.
statistically, they're your uncle.
Right.
Look at this.
Someone in your family.
Just
yeah.
follow the math. It's finite. It's finite. That's the only truth in the world. Anyway, I feel like those people are fucking insane. Right? And like,
Well, right, but that's also why it's scary.
It is scary.
It is
that
never-
people, but it's got to be the.
It's not the first time I've got a death threat, but it's at this job. But people are just up in arms right now.
Why would you, for all intents and purposes, you correct me if I'm being incorrect. You are a local and Central Florida centric creative blogger and journalist that kind of handles more of the fun aspects of what we do, right?
Yeah.
I see no reason for a death threat to be.
It was me in a dress.
It's the environment
in
and
public. There were kids at Megacon.
Yeah,
their response was, and it's because of everything that's happening in Tennessee and here, legislature. There is a base that is mobilized against men in dresses, which is so stupid. And they saw me as representative of what everybody's telling them. They saw me as a monster with giant titties.
When there's legitimate people dressed as monsters. You know what I mean? The irony of it is insane.
Tennessee's having some issues. They're voting people out. And
It's going to be the same here. That they're talking about, like, there's already the rule about lewd acts inside, like having kids at a drag show. The rules are there. But now they're talking about extending them outside into public spaces, which could affect, pride parades, me literally walking
crazy,
to the gig. Like I won't be able to get in drag until I'm at the gig.
Well, I mean, I would say that's probably for your best interest.
Right.
No, seriously, like I
you
don't
shouldn't have to.
I
That's
don't. I
bullshit.
agree, but I don't want you getting hurt. I care about you. I love you. I don't want to see anybody I care about getting hurt.
I generally get dropped off or something like.
Maisie saw you.
Yeah, and all I do is bingo. I don't do any. I'm not like. I don't really think of myself as a drag queen. I just happen to host bingo and a dress every week, and I think it's fun. And that's probably all I'm going to do.
Apparently, everybody else thinks it's fun too because it's goddamn packed.
It is packed.
Yeah,
we do a good job.
It's a good night.
Thanks for noticing.
Yeah, it's hard not to notice when people are spilling at a tactical.
But I didn't have a spot recently, and I had to park like 2 blocks away, and then so I dropped my stuff off, parked the car, and then I walked. And I just think it's just me dressed up. But man, there were people steering their kids away from me in Baldwin Park who were like, what is this?
Amazing. She's flipping and asking where you got your titties.
That was nice.
Yeah. Well, she didn't ask that part.
Where'd you get your titties?
I asked that part.
Hey, mister, where'd you get your titties?
She would ask that. Like, when she gets older, she will ask you that.
It's weird that people pick and choose their anger towards pedophiles and where
selective
because,
outrage.
Like, I feel like Subway should have gotten a lot more hate from this group because their goddamn spokesperson was a pedophile.
Yeah.
Not that it was Subway's fault.
Oh, that documentary's out too. I haven't watched it.
Oh, they have one?
Yeah.
But you think if of all the things to be mad at,
I met that guy.
it's just insane.
I think it's just they haven't interacted with it before. Like Tactical Brewing it's owned by veterans. They get a lot of veterans in there, and every once in a while, like we still encounter people who didn't know that bingo was going to be happening, and you see it on their face when I walk in, like, oh shit, I need to pay my bill and get out. But maybe they don't. And then they stay for the whole time, and they have a great time, and they keep coming back. So that keeps happening.
It's weird.
There are people who just don't have that interaction, so it looks weird. They're told it's weird.
But for a tough guy, it's never made sense to me, even when I was a child and meeting people that were gay, because my mom had a very good friend, Ken, who was a gay librarian that she worked with for many, many years.
Ken, the gay librarian.
Yeah, he's a very good and loving friend of our family that, and maybe I had the luxury of growing up around somebody like that. There's nothing more weak, though, than seeing a man in a dress walk in and saying, I have to leave. I mean, that's the epitome of weakness, is that I have to leave this area because somebody else walked in a dress. I don't understand it. I've never understood
I don't either.
What's weird, though,
what
is
about
that
kilts? Where do they stand on kilts?
I like dresses better than kilts.
But it's weird that
I think kilts are gay.
But
but dresses are fine. That's just my stance.
Yeah. The like RuPaul's Drag Race and stuff that
coming to town.
That show's been around. When that show started?
Jesus!
15 years ago.
Yeah, in 2005.
It must be. I think they're on like season 15 now.
Yeah,
it's a legitimate mega series.
Dressing in drag. It's like
Milton Berle, dude. It's 1952, 41.
But but that back then there's way, there's the society. I'm just saying it's weird. I thought we were. Past all this,
it's a reaction. There's a saying: if you light a candle, you cast a shadow.
14 years it's been on, but even she had a hit in the early 90s. RuPaul had a hit in the early 90s. It's nothing new.
No one. It was like, no. Why does it care? It's like, I feel like all these internet
Mrs.
shit.
Doubtfire.
Is this a flare up?
Hairspray.
We're going through a flare up.
Internet flare
up. Yeah. We went.
It's a distraction.
Drag got very popular, and so there were people then who feel like they were being beset by the left, their liberal agenda,
Just don't watch
and
it.
so this
don't
is
watch
the
the
reflex.
shows. Don't go to the shows. You don't have to go.
They don't want it. They don't even want it around because
I don't
it
want one
questions
of those fuckers around, but I can't take away their rights.
It seems to me like if you love America and everything it stands for, you want
everyone's rights to be upheld.
Well, everything to be free, right? Like just free. Do whatever you want as long as you're not hurting anybody else. Free.
But they've put it in their head that it is hurtful.
Freedom? Well, I love American freedom.
The problem is when people start talking about how it's eroding things or it's changing the dynamic or taking away certain things that are considered, tradition.
Wholesome,
and that's just simply not true. You've been cloaking yourself in this from day one, and it's not even authentic. It's like the number of Christians I grew up with. when I was growing up in the church, there were unauthentic, not true followers of Jesus Christ, right?
Yeah.
Meaning if you're going to do that, then do it. And I believe you when you say that you are. But I knew that these people were just using it as an excuse
I love
to
that there's
basically
Christians.
wash their sins away.
I will protect you. I will protect your ability and your right to practice whatever religion
me
you
too.
want to practice.
Do it.
But it has nothing to do with how I live my life. And shame on people for trying to do that.
Freedom!
You're right.
Well, I'm just saying,
Anyway, Megacon
That's
was
more
crazy.
Braveheart than
Megacon
Rage
was crazy.
Against
The actual event, super fun.
You had a good time. You had a good costume. You looked good.
Thank you. I rolled in. I rolled out. I took a pedicab so I didn't have to ride
I
and
saw
walk
that.
anywhere.
Who was filming you in the pet?
Mike Donahue.
I thought he was out
Hot
there.
Book Boy.
I love Hot
Who
Book Boy.
I have to say, he would love to come back, but he is not comfortable with the thirsty comments.
Yeah.
So he'll never come back because
Did you
it
hear
just
that?
makes him feel weird.
We sexual harassed him to
Oh,
a point
yeah.
where he can no longer be on our show.
I like that.
Yeah. We're going to start bullying every man
We're
that's
only
ever
gonna
been on
sexually
the show.
harass the
Men.
men. Yeah.
It's not
I
my
used to do
fault
it
he's
with
that
the
good looking.
But comment if you miss commenting, he's on our videos
I
for
used to do it
Instagram
with
all the
Butler.
time.
Butler would come in here and I'd be like, "Show me your pecker, dude. Come on, show me your pecker." And he'd be like, "What are you doing?"
It's their fault. They're too good looking. What am I supposed to do?
Ugly yourself up a little bit.
I have to
that
talk
guy,
about it.
His hair.
He
And
does
he
have
went
great
gray
hair.
early, right? It's so
Yeah.
sexy. God damn, it's sexy.
And he's really good at making videos and stuff. He's writing more
Talented,
right now.
yeah.
He's just very talented.
Nothing more attractive to me than a talented gray-haired man.
There you go.
My God, that guy's a snack.
So I've never been to Megacon, and I
You would
We
hate
should go next year.
every second
It's a
of it.
pop-up
You would hate it.
nerd mall.
Yeah, you would hate it.
So-
It's everything you hate all in one place.
now because how dare you?
It's fun. It's nerd
You're
stuff.
putting me in a category where I just hate everything blindly. That's not true.
Okay.
I only
You hate everything with your eyes working.
I need to understand it to understand if I hate it or love
You
it.
don't like people dressing up in costumes.
You hate that. You hate
Well, I don't
participation.
know. I don't like dressing up myself.
You make fun of me when I dress up.
Yeah, you do.
Oh, I like
When she
making
dressed
fun of
up
people.
like you.
Well, that's the whole thing. Is everyone there, almost everyone there's dressed up.
Like
But
when
I
I
know
wore my
you.
pirate hat in Myrtle Beach, you said I look like a
I want to
an
go to the
inward
talks.
pirate.
I want them to redo the talk element of it because they have they'll do
The
panels, and
panels.
stuff. And I don't not necessarily love the format of how they do it because it's in the middle of the weirdness. But if they did that, if there was just a series of talks where I could go and sit down at Dr. Phillips and hear
Yeah.
the Hobbits,
I want to hear the Hobbit. What was it like being a Hobbit?
Here's why I hate it.
Yeah.
And really, this is the only part.
Never been, but hates it. You
Yeah,
sound like the guys that hate drag shows.
I don't like when you have
I
to.
like drag shows, but I hate Megacon.
When you have to hand the celebrity money to take a picture with them.
I'm not doing that.
I feel like there needs to be a different transaction.
Oh, I don't know. I did
needs
that
to-
at bingo.
It needs to be.
Well,
It needs to be
it's
on your
it's fine.
phone.
I don't care what the celebrity's doing. I don't mind the transaction because they
Yeah.
got to make money. Listen. We all make money. We have to some way, and I like
Yeah.
that. I don't like how awkward it is, even because I don't even mind paying them.
Usually, depending on how high caliber the celebrity is, you're not handing it to the celebrity.
But
Yeah, and you don't even do
Well,
it. You
but
can't
can
even
I
see them.
Can I?
Right.
Oh, you don't even see them.
They're in a back booth.
And then-
You
Escorted
line up.
in, yeah.
There's it's almost like you're ordering
It's like
a
a
sandwich.
sideshow.
and
It's
then
like
they'll
going
take
into a
you in the back when
sideshow,
you're
and then
ready.
they're like, "Here's the
exactly
snake
like
lady."
that.
But
Exactly
I'm still
like that.
the transaction is still with another human. I want to pay digitally.
Yeah, I agree. Off-site.
Off-site, because then I'm like I'm paying to take a picture with this person,
Yeah.
and I'm looking at the other, and they're making the transaction. Like, here's your receipt for paying to take a picture. I'm like, thank you.
Why does it matter if you pay off-site or on-site?
Because it's
They
embarrassing.
still know you paid for it.
No, but it's about the experience
it's
to him.
awkward. Yeah.
Yeah.
I would like to pay at home and
So
then
you
get the
You
package.
caring about what other people
And then he
think.
wants the guy to
And
fake.
then show up.
He wants the guy to make, oh, Tom, hey, Tom's here. Let's get a photo.
Yeah,
I do think it'd be funny if it was
We're
like
just friends. You didn't pay for this.
It's all the illusion.
You're
the fantasy.
fucking crazy.
The fantasy. I'm dressed like goddamn Pikachu.
We
I
should
want
do-
the fantasy.
Oh, you're going as
I'm
Pikachu.
just saying, I want the celebrity to be like, hey, come here, buddy. I don't want it to be known. Like
Yeah.
Now,
right
if
off.
you
need to go to the
did
parties.
go to Megacon, who would be your costume?
He
What
chose
would be-
Pikachu because it's the only
Is that what
character he
you're gonna
fucking
do?
knows because he's that far out of it.
Are you gonna do Pikachu?
No, he's not going to do it. It's the only thing he's going to be Miles Morales Spider-Man. He's going to brown face. He brown face himself. He's out there.
You're like, why do you wear the Spider-Man mask? I'm like, no.
I'm
but
Miles
you know-
Morales. I'm
Also,
brown-
the
yeah.
Spider-Man outfits are like, I know you guys are just all gonna go have sex after. You know what I mean?
Well, you can see your bell end. It's too tight.
It is too tight. Put some underwear on.
Yeah.
You got to put a pants protector in there to keep your bell in from
You
being.
should go with Gizmo Duck.
Oh.
Because of the one wheel
Yeah.
thing. But I need that.
Don't play to the things he likes.
Yeah.
Well, that's the only way to get him there.
Would you do that? Gizmo, that's the guy, he's like RoboCop?
Yeah, but that's more of
You
the
know what you should
unicycle
go
one
as?
wheel.
Carl from Awkward Teen Hunger Force. You are becoming the real Carl. The only thing you don't have is a mustache.
So besides from the meeting the celebrities, there's also booths from locals.
Yeah,
like
our friend Jeff
Paboni.
Jones was there selling his busts.
I saw that.
So then,
man, he's been kicking ass on those. And since he changed the format a little bit, Jeff's changed how he made his bust. He used to make them so they were almost like from the waist up, and now he's changed it so it's like the head and like a smaller base that he can decorate.
Okay.
So he can pump them out a little faster, and it's like a little more convenient.
Great. There.
Yeah, he's crushing
spent too
it.
much time on the torso. You're like, I don't care about the torso, it's just the head.
He's an artist, and he's like gotten to a point where he can streamline them. I've been following his journey for a minute now.
He loves
and
it.
Yeah, he does love it. I'm really proud of him. Man.
So you got celebrities, then you got nerd flea market, then you have
Tattoo.
panels.
You have some tattoo guys.
Panels, there's tattooists.
And
Yeah,
artists.
you
You have like
tattoo there.
artists like Pabone. It'll be say like, "Hey, I did. This is a picture of
Yeah.
Moana with her tits out.
Okay.
If you want to buy, I drew this. This is a Moana with her tits out.
Yeah.
If you want this, it's $75. If you want me to sign it, it's $85.
And then, so the panels, like
They had one bar, the whole thing, which was crazy.
One
Was it
bar?
slammed, but
Yeah.
nerds don't drink, right?
No, well, it was. They
Excuse
called
me,
it.
do you have any Sunny D?
They called it Dragon's Milk, and it was like a type of beer. It was the only place to get a beer in the whole thing.
I don't want your Dragon's Milk. Just give me a good. Give me a.
I don't like
lineup
beer.
was
I went like
crazy.
3 or 4 years ago with Lee. When was Lee working here? How long ago was that?
I forget about it. I block it out of my mind.
They had regular beers then. I don't know.
I block it out of my
You
mind.
would think they'd
He
have a
emailed me
lot of
yesterday.
bars set up.
Did he
because
really?
No.
It's a.
I almost wanted, because I know the people running it, I almost wanted to email them and be like, I could get you a bar right now.
Yeah. Just bring in an offsite company. They'll
We are
make
No,
ready.
but you know, if I ran that event and
20
you emailed
bars.
me and said like, "Hey, I can get you a bar right now," I'd be like, "Fuck you, my event. Who do you think you are?"
It's Megacon. Don't they have this?
I'll give you a third of the profits.
How much do you think Orlando's Megacon makes profit-wise at the end of the day, right? Because all the booths have to pay.
It must be close to $1 million event.
I bet more.
That
I
they're
bet it might be more.
Yeah.
because the ticket. How much are tickets?
Oh, EJ could tell us.
It's like
you get
100,
everything
is it
free,
like $100
right?
for 3 days?
Okay,
I think it's more than that.
I think it's more than
I think
that,
it's
but
like
I could be
$75
wrong.
a day. I mean, I could be wrong.
That makes sense.
So you're making. You got
And then
the
there's after parties
Parking.
where you can actually party with the hobbits.
Some
and stuff.
people in our chat room are saying there's a ton of like hoops you have to jump through in order to serve like booze at a trade show. But like I think the only way I would want to go to Megacon is if I could get loaded while being there. Because if I'm dressed up like Goku
4
or
days
something,
is 110.
Oh, I
That's
suppose
actually
so.
not bad. 4 days
about
for
$100 a day.
But listen,
No, 110 for 4 days.
if you
Wow.
go,
That's a
That's
great
what I'm saying.
price.
That's not bad at all.
I thought it was 110 per day, and I'm like, no. That's,
I've been
Hotel packages.
I've been to a lot of boat shows.
Oh, that's not the same.
Tell me more.
But they serve beer everywhere. Like they have a beer all the like. There's beer.
Yeah, because
there's-
that's the
Demographic?
vibe. The vibe is drinking and
yeah, but we
having
want
a burger.
But Tom and I are saying that we want the vibe for Megacon.
Well, I
Everybody
also
likes
wonder
alcohol.
if, like, because people have things that could be used as potential weapons, they don't want people getting too drunk.
And then LARPing.
They
yeah.
would kill it. It would be so fun.
yeah.
They should also have a LARPing arena.
That's true. They should.
Yeah, but then you got to have security.
yeah. I mean,
They have security.
No, but LARPing security in case like some guy has a couple beers. He's right. You get in there with a wooden sword and you just start
No.
stabbing people.
Well, they have a
like,
sword check
yeah.
for like the weapons. They like check your weapons when you come in.
Really?
Yeah, if you could hurt someone, then you got to leave.
What if you're those people that like I saw one girl that was dressed up like The Ring.
Yeah.
So she had like the long black wig and she
Yeah,
had the
yeah.
gown, and then she had a TV console that her, I'm just assuming her boyfriend
yeah.
or dad had built for her because girls can't build things, and she would crawl inside of it,
I think yeah.
and then she'd crawl out of it, and it
Oh, I
was
forgot.
amazing. And I was
There
like,
was
oh
a
my
girl
God.
dressed like Princess Peach or Toadstool,
Yeah.
from Mario,
Yeah,
and she
yeah.
was charging people to sit on them.
Oh.
You know, that's my kind of Megacon.
I don't like when your costume involves some sort of
rolling
like,
device.
5-second like thing that you do, like crawl out of the TV, because I feel like people are gonna ask you to do it every goddamn 5
Crawl
feet.
out of the TV ring.
You could just say no.
Hey, ring, crawl out of the TV.
But then if you say no, well, I'm like, well, why'd you do it? If I can't
And then
see,
it's
you
like
gotta
me.
do it all day, all requests.
And then it becomes like, because you got to catch it from the beginning. Then it becomes like me and my wife on TikTok,
Yeah.
where I'm watching a video and I'm like, hold on, it's almost cycling around. Hold on, it's cycling. Oh wait, we passed the video. Hold on, we're gonna cycle again. And now look, and you have to do it like that. We're like, look. From
I'm
the
in like
beginning.
5 YouTubes.
Are you?
Yeah, in that dress, my Uhura dress.
Where'd you get your titties at?
I didn't really take them out. What do you mean?
No,
What was
where'd
the
you get
question?
them from?
Oh, they're Amazon. They're just foam balls.
Oh, I thought those were like titties.
Oh no, just foam balls.
You don't get the thing. I want
prosthetic?
the thing.
I
want
have
the-
one of those.
I want the thing that goes around your neck and it goes all the way up.
Yeah, the silicone.
Yeah, where it looks like you have actual titties.
Yeah.
Have you seen
The
those?
prosthetic silicone?
Yeah, and girls buy these, and then
They're like $500
and,
bucks.
And this goes back to me railing against people on TikTok and these influencers that are literally doing nothing. But girls will wear that with jumbo mega titties and then put just a loose shirt over it, and then just bounce, and guys are like jacking it to it.
Yeah.
Have you seen that? And then these girls and then I'm like, well, what is her
I
talent?
love it. He says guys.
Her talent is that
we
she
know
bought.
it's you.
No, but her talent is that she bought
Crushing pop
like
cans.
5 different sets of these mega
No, her
titties.
talent is that she does it well enough that you want to sit there or maybe even sign up for the OnlyFans. That's her talent.
No, there's no talent there.
Yeah, but
That's a talent.
The
Bouncing your titties?
Well enough that you want to pay to watch it.
No, not a talent.
Well, all you need to do is have someone look at it for 3 seconds while they're scrolling infinite videos because they're addicted to that's so it's boiled it down to how can I get someone's attention. It's the equivalent of standing on the road and be like, hey, going crazy, and then people are looking at you. You're like, what is that guy? And
That
then
didn't
it's
work
like,
for the Cash App guy.
Well,
R.I.P.
I'm just saying, like, we've boiled entertainment down, or social media entertainment down, to what will get people to stop for a couple seconds.
3 seconds.
Because there's no real, and then you take
Yeah.
that stopping for 3 seconds or the like or whatever, and then you're
I
able
just
to
posted
quantify
a
some
6-minute video tour of a museum in Maitland, and Mike was like, "Nobody's going to watch this. It's too long." So who? 6 minutes. So who has 6 minutes to watch this?
Who has 6 minutes?
He's right.
That's
right.
we're at it.
God, you just telling that story. I was like, this is exhausting. I was like, 6 minutes.
We are at a point in society where you got to get it out in 10 seconds. Like, if you don't catch the person's attention in 10 seconds, they're scrolling on
So
to the
that's
next
why you
segment.
got to have the titties bouncing. And
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
like,
It's just
I watch
something.
it 3 seconds. And
But there's no,
but I am.
there's no substance
yeah,
to
my
it.
point is, it's a nothing.
It's substance. Thank you.
Substance. You want to take a break?
Yes.
We'll take a quick break, and then we'll come back and continue doing a little bit more of this. The name of the band, these guys are good. This is the, hold on, I want to make sure I say this correctly. This is the, and I'd never heard this name before except in Orlando. This is the Chickasaw Mud Puppies. All right? That's the name of the band. The name of the song is 9 Volts. A little more, little country, little Chickasaw Mud Puppy action. We'll be right back.
Man in the corner kissing suckers, light on a Bible chicken bone. Brother and sister swapping the bottle, praying to Jesus to bring her home. Hold my hand and feel the tremble, light say flicker to the rain. Sister, go fuel your generator, daddy gonna cool all your pain.
You're listening to the industry leader, radio guys turned podcasters. And now the whole town is sucking our dicks.
Oh, yeah.
You're listening to A Mediocre Time with Tom and Dan. Oh, yeah. Don't forget to lick our balls, bitch.
What'd I do?
Snoring. Just snoring away.
Oh, my goodness. That's kind of I think I'm going to say that they're my guys of the week. That's Flycatcher, the Off the Stunt EP. Name of the song is Always Selfish. Welcome back to A Mediocre Time with Tom and Dan. I am Dan.
Tom.
Just talking to Brendan about how I talk in my sleep, and my wife told me I was a great husband and a wonderful dad, and I said, I don't believe any of that, and you're like, I said something.
He said, thank you very much.
No, I didn't. I never, and then my wife is always telling me, she's like, take the compliment.
Oh my god.
Yeah, well, that's her opinion, so that's all.
Like I cooked dinner last night.
On paper.
What'd you make?
I made. Well, I was on a whim. I didn't know I was cooking, and then Andrea's like, well, I think May's burning herself out with the dance because she's doing so much.
Yeah.
And she stayed home from school today, and Andrea and I kind of disagreed on, because I'm very traditionalist. If you don't go to school, you don't go to dance. And my wife's a little more like, well, she's not going to go to school, but, let's see how she feels, and possibly she can go to dance. And I'm like, I'm very old. I'm old. And in my world, the way I was raised, you do what you must before you do what you may. And if you missed your schooling, if you were sick enough to not go to school, then you're also going to stay sick enough to not go to dance because the next time you're sick, you're going to think about how sick you are, and we're going to, make sure that you're truly sick.
Yeah.
I do like that she was smart enough to take time for herself, though.
Who, May?
Self-care.
Well, she had to. She was like...
Self-care Friday.
Muscles are aching.
Yeah. Well, from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m., she was working. School to dance.
Yeah, it's straight. It's 8 to 8:30 at night.
Every day?
It is now because she's gearing up for competition season. A lot of people don't understand how much this is. I mean, like... Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, she would get out of school early, 3 p.m., go straight to dance, and go 3 to like 8:30.
It's intense.
It's a lot.
It's
a lot.
For a
And
little,
she's
for a
7.
little brain.
She's
Yeah,
7.
and then the
She's a
homework,
baby.
and then all the other shit you have
It's
to
a
do.
mediocre time with Tom and Dan.
I can't even get
Sorry.
my son like
I've been trying to tell that black guy to stop yelling in the middle of everything. No, I'm joking.
I know that in our house we battle with when to do their homework because
immediately.
That's what we started with. We're like, but
you
then,
gotta hit it as soon as they come in the door.
Yeah.
But then they were like, I just got home from school.
Yeah, get it
Right,
over.
right,
I mean,
exactly.
You're still in school mode.
I like they were like reasoning with us and saying
It's like when I get home from the strip
Oh my God,
club.
you're letting your children read
It's
this?
like when I get home from the strip
Me
club.
and Sam looking at each other because we don't have kids. Oh, that's the first mistake.
Well, it's manipulation. I used to do that as a kid.
Well, no, when I get home from the strip club, I'm like, fuck me now, I'm horny, right? That's the way I look at schooling. You're still
Well, it's
coming.
also like working out, right? If you don't
Why
do
are we
it
going to strip
immediately,
club?
like as soon as you wake
Yeah.
up in the morning or as
Do
soon
it.
as you get out of work,
Yeah.
you're going to be like, I'm tired. I'm not going to do it.
My mom and
You're
dad
just putting it off.
My mom would always do that. My mom would always say, like, look, you're still
Once you're
in-
done, you can
well,
go play.
She'd say your brain's still on. And she was a
Yeah.
teacher. It's probably some bullshit. There's no truth to that unless the Japanese invented it. and
No,
then there's
it's
truth to it.
true.
But my mom would say, she's a teacher. She's like, you're still in school mode. Get your shit done as soon as you get in the door. She
Yeah.
didn't say shit. She's like, just get it done as soon as you get in the door, and then that way you're still in the mode, and then that way when your brain does switch off, and that's what she would say, she's like, you can switch off to Sega Genesis Land or wherever you want to go, but then that way you're not having to.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Mom.
It's a constant battle because then we're
And
like,
you'll change.
okay,
You'll say, you need to do it this way, and then you'll say, no, you got to do it this way, and then you'll go back to the other one.
yeah. It just
yeah.
goes back, all over the place,
Yeah.
and then I'm like, oh, they're homework. And then the next morning, I'm like, they're eating their pancakes, and I'm like, do it.
In the morning?
Yeah, sounds like you're doing a great job.
Like, for instance, like when Andrea and I got into this argument, it wasn't really an argument. It was just we didn't agree, and I was like, well, if she's not going to school, she's not going to dance. That was my take. And Andrea's like, well, she doesn't feel good. Maybe she's just burning herself out. There's not a lot. We emailed her teacher. Her teacher said there's not a lot going on. She's doing great. Don't worry about it. Just have her do some reading, that kind of thing. And then I basically just said, and this is a big thing for me because normally I'm not like this, and I'm not like this. I was like, okay, let's do it your way. If she doesn't go to
Did
school,
you say
but
it like
she
that,
does.
or did you say it in like a really sassy way? Like,
No, I didn't say it's
Fine.
sassy. No, I said I agree with your mom. It's not. I didn't say it in front of May. I didn't say like I'm not getting my way or I disagree with this. I just said, yeah, I agree with your mom. Stay out of school. If you feel a little bit better later, let's play it by ear. Maybe you can go. Because I know how much it means to her, And if she is as dumb as I think she is, she's going to need athletics.
when do you do your homework?
What's that?
When do you do your homework?
I used to do my homework as soon as I got home from school. Mom would make me.
Yeah. I mean, now, like as an adult, like, do you take work home or are you just done?
Oh, I do. I'm shitting while I'm hiding from my wife.
I'm
I'm
constantly
addicted to
on
it.
my
Yeah.
phone. I'm constantly
I'm
messaging. I'm
thinking of
constantly-
ideas and then emailing people or like responding to emails when I shouldn't or whatever. There's no
same.
Every meal with my family, I'm like ignoring them.
Can we just because this happens a lot where the people that help T&D Media will email me or text me like beyond work hours, like at night, on the weekends or whatever, and they always apologize. They're like, I'm sorry, and I always tell them like, just send me the email and text. I'll get to it when I choose to work. It's not, I don't see the email and be like,
that's a dickhead
what?
thing to say. Just send it. I'll get to it when I choose to work.
Yeah, but that's on me, not them.
No, I
Like,
know.
just
I'm
send
fucking
the
with
information.
Yeah, like I might not get back to you right away.
Yeah, and then I feel like that
You
for
do that
everybody
to
else.
us?
Like,
Why do we not do that? I do that.
No. Well, no. Other people were like, "Hey, I'm sorry, I'm sending this on off work hours or whatever." I'm like, "No, it's just send
no
the
such thing.
Send
Yeah.
all information, and then it's up to me
I'll do
to
it.
determine when I'm ready to work or not. Like maybe it's the end of the weekend, and I don't get it. So who cares? It's there,
Right.
So it's not bothering me though. I don't know why people feel like it's a bother. I think that's because people get some text or an email and be like, "Ha." Why are they sending me this on one of my
'Cause
day
they-
off? Now I have
yeah.
to do it. But that's on you. You don't have to do it. It's there. It's sitting there.
Yeah.
It's up to you to
It's
choose
a little
when to do
different,
it.
and I'll say in our world, it's a little different.
Well, he's not the type of person like me and Crystal, though, that has to hand the bag of chips to somebody else to keep us from eating it.
Yeah, what is that?
This is what you're
That's
talking
I don't
about. No,
understand.
this is what, you're talking
well,
about.
sometimes I'll get emails or texts
Yeah.
that's about something that I have to immediately
Yeah,
deal
you do.
with.
You do.
And they'll fucking text me at like 10 o'clock at night.
Yeah, publicists are a little different.
Well, then you don't have to deal with it. That's too late.
It's hard for you to say that to me about it's hard. Like I don't control that at all.
I'm like you. I'll just take care of it.
The way that I worry about
At least if I don't, I'll forget, or
or
I need an answer about something.
Especially if you texted me.
Or,
If you text me, I gotta do it. Something right now.
Something's going on. I have to take care of this.
You don't have to though if it's after hours. Like no one expects you to. At least we don't. You're
right.
And
I know what you're saying.
24/7.
I know exactly what you're saying. It's very hard for me to turn that off though.
But I'll answer back emails at 10 at night or midnight or whatever else. Like I'll do that. But that's my decision. I'm not forced to do that. So then why is the person mad or concerned about it?
I don't know.
Well, it's more of a courtesy thing.
Yeah, I think
right?
it's a
you don't
courtesy
want to
thing.
bother somebody. You don't know if they're in the middle of something. You don't want them. Oh wait, my phone just went off. Let me check
Hold
it.
on.
You know?
If this is the theme, does that fall under emotion?
Yes.
Tom has emotion.
No, I know he does, but he doesn't recognize it. It's like people that can understand Spanish but can't
he
speak
also
it.
recognizes his own emotion, but he doesn't call it emotion,
glad
and
you
he
laughed at that.
ignores everybody
I'm laughing
else's
at you
emotion.
both talking about Tom, and Tom's in the middle going like this.
Yeah, that's what he does.
He goes, ay, ay, ay.
Yeah, well, that's what he does.
Yeah.
I'm like, who do I argue with?
Which one do I argue
I can go
with?
anywhere.
Trap.
Can
Just
argue
trap
with
the little
anybody.
monkey in the middle.
Stop. Okay. And here's the thing. I'm not even referencing us per se.
No.
I'm yelling at society as a whole. Let's just treat
And the sky.
Text should be treated differently than emails.
Yeah, you've had this theory for a minute.
I agree with
Send
that.
an email anytime at
Anytime.
all.
Oh, I agree
it is
with
not
that.
a text.
Anytime.
Emails are handled whenever the person wants
Yeah.
to.
Right, yeah.
Text do bump up the.
Don't Facebook message me. Email me.
Well,
I can't keep track of all
that
that.
drives me
This
crazy.
is why when the fish tank flooded the
I
studio,
gotta get your phone number, 'cause
I
I
texted you first.
Oh, no,
Facebook
that's
message you all the
different.
and then I called.
Yeah,
because
yeah.
it made more sense to me because
yes.
I don't know I didn't know what you were doing.
No,
I mean,
but
it was
also
an emergency.
But also emergency call at any
Sure.
time,
Wow.
like middle of the night.
Emergency, yeah.
Like the shit's flying. Now I will say,
shit's flying.
You're like the fish tank is flooding the whole place. We're all like it's burning, and like it is weird, but I can't do anything. I'm sitting
that
in
was
there.
also finality. Yeah,
I'm in Colorado. I'm like, well, I cannot do anything.
Yeah, that one though. The reason that
like if I had some sort of button, you're like, stop it.
The reason that one
Right.
still stands, and I'll defend myself
I'm
here,
fucking
is
around.
that I have to defend myself on this one. Is that you are cheap, and I before I pulled the Serve Pro.
Yeah.
I
I'm still
needed
mad
to
about
make
it. Two different charges of $1,200. I saw the one charge, and I was
the one
like,
charge. You're like, oh man,
I was
he did
like,
it pretty
oh,
good. Not
okay,
bad, not
not bad. And then two. Anyway, how hard is it to set up some fans? $2,500.
Let's hear from.
You had the machine. You vacuumed the floor.
I want to argue with this voicemail for a second. Hold on.
Better be good.
Be able to get
Hey
a
guys,
treehouse.
Hey guys.
I hope the audio is not bad. I'm about to
Pretty
go
bad.
on a run, and I hear crickets loud as hell,
This is spring peepers.
and it's windy. So I hope this is not unusable or even
Get to it, sir.
unhearable.
No, it's 5 minutes and 22 seconds.
Oh my god.
I was listening to the BDM show, and you guys were talking about the Chris Rock thing, and honestly, I haven't watched it yet.
Well, then we
But
can
I have
skip-
an opinion.
Yeah, then we can skip your voicemail.
Can we just address the fact that?
Well, why'd you want to argue with it if you didn't listen?
I thought it was a different email.
Oh.
I thought it was a
I'm
different
glad he
email.
brought it up though. But how right was I about the whole
Okay,
Chris
anyway.
Rock? Chris
Why did
Rock?
you lie?
I
What did
forgot
you
what
say?
you were. I forgot what you were right about. People are like, and then it
I
was
was at
like, and then you're
100%
like,
right.
I'm 100% right about what though? I don't remember what.
Editing out the mistake?
No,
Because I'm
no.
not gonna sit here and give you 100% right if it was something that all of us thought
The day
the
after.
same.
The day after.
Well, that's
he,
the same thing about the wrestler. It doesn't matter. Here's the problem with Tom. He'll argue something, and even when people agree with him, he continues to argue. And you're like, wait, hey, we all just said we agreed with you. And then it's like, well, what is it? You're like, what are you talking about?
What was the original argument?
It wasn't even an argument. I just said right after Chris Rock got slapped by Will Smith, I'm like, this guy is going to come out with a fucking comedy special about this. He's not going to talk about it and then sell it to, and I said Netflix, and for a shit ton of money. And then
Well, that's easy to like. Anybody can guess that.
no one else was saying it.
No one else was saying it. You see what I'm saying? Nobody else in the world said that was going to happen.
Hold on a second. The reason I'm arguing about this is that he's acting as if he said that, and we were like,
exactly.
No,
no
that's
way.
not gonna happen. You're fucking crazy. No, you said that, and we all said yes.
Yeah. No, I know.
Oh, okay.
But then it actually happened, and then I was like, huh?
I think y'all.
What do you want credit for, Captain Obvious? The thing that everyone thought was going to happen?
Not everybody. I didn't hear it in any other shows. No other shows
You
said
don't
it.
listen to any other shows.
I look at the internet. Who else called it? Who else? I didn't see anybody call it.
My God.
I didn't see
Who else eats their own shit?
Tom,
Anyone
you know
eats
what?
their own shit?
You called it, buddy.
There it
You
is.
called
There
it, buddy.
All right.
Hold on a second. Don't you butter up my business partner. What are you trying to do? You're trying to weasel
He's
in
taking
here?
your place.
Let's touch some butts here. Brendan understands.
I'm gonna make this gay.
You're gonna touch his butt? My God.
Something you've been trying to do for years.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, the ramblings of Mike B.
Oh.
Hey, guys. Mike B from the Oh No Radio Show here.
Oh, no.
So, you know those movies like Scary Movie and Epic Movie and superhero movies? All those parody movies that were basically just big combinations of things from other movies, making fun of them, full of like B, C, and D-list actors. Whatever happened to those? Did the moment in comedy pass, or are they just
Those
not
directors
funny
got real
anymore?
jobs.
Did the people who enjoy them just grow older?
Yeah.
I mean, what do you guys think? Love you guys. I'll see you later. Bye.
Did you see Cocaine Bear?
Yeah,
that was that.
Well, it's not a spoof movie though. He's talking about explicitly like movies that like scary movie.
Yeah,
that's literally it takes
didn't they just
spoofs from you know like
Just kind of
Scream
fizzled
and-
out.
No, I think they're still there. I have a theory, Mike B, and Tom might agree with my theory.
Okay.
Oversaturation. They're out there.
We just don't ever see them.
You just don't see them. They're out there by middle tier, lower to middle tier. Small studios are releasing movies that are spoofs with actors you don't know about because there's so much stuff out there right now. They're out there.
It got
Mike B.
buried in the content.
It just got buried, but I guarantee you if you go and look, there's some studio somewhere doing B-level versions, spoofs of movies.
There's also I feel like the genres of movies got so diluted by the amount of content that there's not a genre to spoof as much as there was in the 90s or whatever, where we're all watching the same shit. So everybody saw Scream,
That's
and then
valid.
you spoof Scream.
Did they
but
spoof
now we're
the
all
Marvel bullshit? Nobody.
I think
did.
that's what he said. Epic. I think that's what that
Is
was.
that what?
I could
is
be
that
wrong,
a
but I
spoof
think
of the
so.
Marvel? Where are we at with Marvel? When does that take its new?
Scary Movie 6 is coming out in July. So there you go, Mike B.
Isn't it supposed to jump though? Isn't it like where's the new Marvel? Aren't they supposed to have a new thing now?
Yeah, it's happening with. Are they laying the seeds with their online stuff? Their streaming
Oh yeah,
stuff?
you're right.
Like the Kamala.
Harris?
I don't know what the hell you guys are talking about. My face. That's not the right one. The Marvels and the or no, it's the new Galaxies of the Guardian.
when Butler's
Guardians of the
wife
Galaxy.
wore a silk white suit to our dinner, and then Tony came dressed as a Hawaiian vampire?
What is happening right now?
Butler's wife was so fancy. She looked so amazing. And we were all dressed like Slavs.
The
Guardians of the Galaxy just came out.
Yes, they're still pumping out the Marvel, and
Yeah.
it's still making insane money, and that train
No.
has not slowed down.
New
at all.
Spider-Man's
But
coming
he's
out.
right. Those like specific spoof movies were real hot in like the early 2000s, early to mid
Middle.
2000s.
I think I want to
Like
say
04,
05.
I want to
Yeah.
guarantee those people who were making those movies are now making like real movies. Like
Probably.
they started with
But you
those
can't do a
cutting
lot
their
of that,
teeth.
right? Like,
it started with Naked Gun, right?
Yeah, but you can't do a lot of that stuff now. Didn't Jennifer Aniston just come out like a dumb old lady bitching about how Friends couldn't be made now because a lot of the jokes are too inappropriate?
Oh, I don't know.
Well, they
Probably.
stole it from.
Like Black People.
Yeah.
From
What was that show?
Living Single.
Living Single, yeah.
That was a good show too. They're both good shows. I mean, what's weird about the spoof movie thing is that like I don't even know like I wonder if the humor train just moved on down the track.
But you know what?
I think it's probably a little bit of everything we just said because we're all geniuses.
I like this guy.
He's very positive.
I like this guy.
Can't we just understand? Anytime old people, and I do it too, we all do it, where we look back and are like, oh, we could never do that now. Well, but of course we can't because it changed. But what we do now is just as inappropriate with the current society's content. So we tell inappropriate jokes based on today's inappropriateness.
Yeah.
And so people still push the line, but the line changed. You see what I'm saying? So yes, the line was different. So we look at the 90s or early 2000s and we're like, whoa, that's real bad.
Knocked
no
up.
shit, it's through the lens of 2023. People look at the comics are still making fucking jokes that are like, ooh, that was funny. Like shit, but it's just based on a
What's James
a different
Franco
scale.
coming back?
Franco?
Yeah, I don't know if he can.
Stanko Franco.
Is he done now?
Stanko Franco.
Yeah, people.
I loved him in what was in Pineapple Express?
He just did James Franco though. There was no range.
Yeah,
it was like, oh, it's Franco doing Franco again.
Dave Franco's better. Let's be honest.
liked him when he did the documentary about the dude that did the crazy movie.
Oh, the Room.
Oh, The Room.
Yeah, The Room. Yeah, that was good. I enjoyed that.
I didn't watch it.
Yeah, that was good.
It did isn't that End of the World movie where
yeah.
James Franco
This is the
played
end.
himself or whatever, and so he's really like that, and they're all fucking with him because that's his real personality. So what his the characters he plays.
Well, they all distanced themselves from him after he went crazy sexual indiscretions, right?
Yeah, with that university
I think
class.
Seth Rogen says he wouldn't work with him again.
Yeah, because he was supposedly using his acting chops as a way to groom younger acting girls.
Well, he was like a teacher.
No,
at
that's
the
what I
school,
mean.
Yeah.
So he was grooming.
Well, he had a class about teaching sex on camera.
But he was being loosey-goosey for his own advantage.
Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah.
If you're going to do that, you just got to say, look.
So he's done?
I'm doing a class to
probably
teach
come
you how to
back.
fuck on camera.
It'll take a while.
But
Crystal
it's
Lee
really
is
just
back.
To fuck you.
It's fine.
You have to
Mel
say
Gibson.
Everybody just give it a beat. They'll come back.
Yeah.
They always do.
It probably, though, not to defend someone that may or may not be a sexual predator, but I imagine that...
Sounds like you're going to defend a sexual predator.
Follow him here. Follow him here.
The hat you just put on says defending a sexual predator.
Make James Franco popular again.
Sounds like you're a pedo.
I'll just put myself in this position, right? So I do...
All right.
I do
Tom Van is James Franco.
Was The Interview the last movie he did?
So
I think so.
Damn.
Let's just say I'm more popular than I am, and then I'm teaching a class about podcasting, but it just so happens
You
to
got to
be
take your pants off.
Podcasting, sex on camera.
There just has to be some sort of sexual element to it or whatever, and then
You want to get your energy up.
all my students happen to be attractive women. It's
Oh, no, he's still been doing stuff, guys. We just weren't paying
has he?
attention.
I-
Yeah.
I
Behind
thought
the
he kind of
scenes?
faded
Yeah,
away.
he's been in movies, TV series, and he's got the last thing he was in on IMDb is Arctic Dogs, which he was a voice for.
So then all the attractive women are in the
Yeah,
studio.
yeah.
Go ahead.
Are they all naked?
And then I'm teaching my thing, and they're fucking listening to every word I'm saying, and
Yeah.
they're like, "Oh shit, this guy knows."
Do you have a
Like,
couple that you're more fond of than the others?
Well,
Do you pit them against each other?
I mean, no, I mean just
For your favor?
I'm
Yeah.
horny for all of them. In my mind,
Are they
I
all
don't say
doing
that out
yoga
loud.
and you're coming up behind them?
This got real awkward.
I've seen those videos where the girls are all doing yoga and the guy comes up behind them and he starts ripping their yoga pants.
No, I'm not
holes
doing
in
any of
them.
that. I'm just teaching the
Sam,
class.
do you have a
whatever.
safe word
And
Jelly
then,
beans.
Yeah.
Jelly beans?
Aardvark.
With these guys?
And
Yeah.
then you
Don't
know,
call me an aardvark.
next thing you know, I'm like, let's do some pod improv here, and then it goes into
Podprov.
Podprov,
do
yeah.
some podprov.
In pod.
And then I'm like, is this chick into me? And then she is into
And
me.
I'm like, just
then
just
I'm
suck
like-
the tip of it.
this is
Yeah.
maybe inappropriate.
And then
I'm
you're like, I'm Orlando's James Franco. They call me Orlando Stanko.
I don't know where it goes from that because
Yeah.
even in my fantasy, I don't know what to do.
And then she's like,
I'm scared.
Why are you completely shaved down there like a man at Cypress Cove?
Ew, I don't like this.
He's completely shaved.
But
Did you
why
know
did
that?
the
I don't know
voice
how to
go
be a
like-
predator. That's the thing. Like,
Yeah, That's what predators say.
Exactly.
Like,
Predator, that's what's what was it? Bundy, the serial killer.
Ted?
Yeah, Ted Bundy.
Well,
It's like his game was no game.
I want them to be the predator. Like I want them
He
to
wants to be
seduce
seduced.
me.
Yeah.
take the move.
I just
That's
wanna-
his real fantasy. I go to give him. I go to hand him a sheet of paper, and he
He's
thinks
like,
I'm
whoa,
trying to
you're
seduce him.
seducing me.
No, no.
With your papers again.
No, it's not
Goddamn
just that.
You know I can't read.
Like a Jessica Rabbit
Do you
temptress.
like it when your wife holds you down and starts slapping your balls?
No, she doesn't do that.
But if she did it, would you be just coming everywhere? Because
no,
you'd be like so turned on?
No, that's not seduction.
Oh, to some people it is.
No, that
Depends on your love language.
What if she says hi and works up to it?
No, the seduction
You
part.
would like it if Crystal locked you up because you're a feats of strength man.
Oh,
if
shit.
somehow
No,
you
that's
woke
bondage
up,
or something
if
else.
You're
somehow-
not into that?
No,
If you somehow woke up and you were shackled by and you were, get me the fuck out of here. I've never been harder in my life.
No.
Yeah, I can see this.
My boner's no longer relaxed.
Exactly.
I just-
I'm gonna
My
use my
boner's
rock
gonna
hard
grow
boner to
legs
break
and walk
these
away.
chains.
His arms would go numb because he's got those
Yeah.
arthritis hands.
I'm more about like your boss. Speaking of Jennifer Aniston, when she was the
Horrible
dentist,
bosses.
she was
Yeah,
the
oh,
dentist.
that's a good scene.
yeah, they're like
Magnifique.
some.
That's a classic scene.
And your dentist seduces you. You're
Oh,
like,
okay.
what the? Oh man!
My
Became
dentist
Drunk in the
has
Bear.
tiny
He
hands.
became
though.
Drunk in the Bear for a
Yeah,
split
Oh yeah,
second.
it's back.
My.
He said it's still in there.
Who gets
on, hold on,
seduced?
hold
I feel like that. I've never talked to someone who's been seduced.
Ever?
Talk to my wife. I seduced her.
Like,
Talk to my wife.
No,
Ever,
I-
ever?
I swept her off her feet.
I'm talking about in a position where the stereotype of
I was a big name radio
No,
ding dong.
no, that
and
doesn't
I had a
count.
cab.
said,
I
"Do
had
you
a
wanna
cab
be a
driver
star?"
put his hand up my shorts once.
Well, that's just sexual assault.
That's a crime.
But you like that. That's the
Look
problem.
how happy he
I
is.
was 16.
That's where money.
He thought I was Russian.
He was rushing to that beam.
That's where the monsters get confused. Like
I got out of the car and he kept honking at me.
Brendan likes it.
Oh my god.
Anyway,
What is
I'm
happening?
not going to talk about
I,
that anymore.
I smile my way
We
through
gotta
trauma. It's
Switch
probably
subjects here. Do you want to say what's going on around Orlando? And
Oh, I forgot about that.
What's happening in Orlando? You got some stuff? What's happening? He's just dreaming about that Russian man that jacked him off.
no, I left and then he followed me.
Oh my God.
He kept honking his horn.
Oh my God.
And I was walking
Come
fast.
on! Let me
Russian
finish.
Jared
Yeah.
the
Rusk.
subway.
He
Let
kept
me
saying-
finish job.
He would
Come
yell.
on.
He kept yelling, "Ruski, Ruski." I
does
was
that
like,
mean?
"That's Russian and Turkish."
Ruski.
It's when I was a Turkish exchange student.
Hold on, what do you mean?
I lived in Turkey.
You lived in Turkey?
He's
Well, let's
talked
talk about
about
that.
that.
Have you talked
Yeah.
about that?
Have I talked about it?
I don't
I,
think
I
so.
remember. I remember.
Maybe you talked about it on my show.
I remember
I
the
can't.
Indonesian
I don't think you
adventure.
talked about it. I didn't know that you were. I didn't know. Please don't put
He's
my.
got a lot of adventures.
Are you using my sweatshirt as a blanket?
cold in here?
It is cold in here.
Well, I also didn't. I just learned from the Twitch that my fly was open all this time.
No.
Yeah,
which
but it's
means
not on
people are
camera.
looking at my crotch.
Big old
They
Turkish
like it.
ding dong.
Yeah, I was 16. I lived in Turkey for a year.
All right.
Yeah.
How did that even happen?
There's an exchange program, and I didn't ever want to leave Canada ever. You know, I was this little podunk country boy, and my mom worked for the Rotary Club, so she just brought me to a luncheon once, and then there was a girl there from Istanbul, and she
Not Constantinople.
and she had a big fancy
That was a
scarf
song
on. She
joke.
looked very like metropolis city girl, and I was like, "What is happening? She's so
Fancy.
cool." And I saw her after lunch, and she was smoking a clove cigarette, and I was like, "I want to
You know
be
what
this
cloves
woman."
are?
And
Cloves are what the cultured smell.
and I asked my mom about the exchange program. I was like, "What is this?" And it's I think it was like,
Well, it's a program, Brenton, that you can go to, and then
yeah, you
Turkish
go
men
somewhere.
will jack you off.
You go
So they'll
somewhere
think you're
in the
Russian.
world. Yeah, for a year you go live with a family. And I didn't. She said you could go. You can do it, but you could go anywhere but Turkey because she was nervous because I don't know. It's
So
near
you
the Middle
chose
East.
Turkey.
And I chose Turkey. I chose it just because of that girl. Because I was like, that girl was like this. Like she was
So
like this.
cool.
I'd never seen someone so cool before in my life.
You're
And
like,
I went and I
"Ooh la
loved it.
la."
I did not go to school the whole. Like I was the worst exchange
You
student.
fucked off.
Yeah, we went for the first.
What'd you do? You just fucking dudes in Turkey all the time?
No, sometimes.
Sometimes?
But
This sounds so fun.
I lost my virginity to two old British ladies who paid for me and my friend.
Okay,
from
hold on.
Mexico.
Hold
You
on.
lost your virginity
Hold on, I have
in
to,
Turkey.
I have to literally walk away from my microphone for a second.
Well, how did that happen?
Look, Tom goes, humana.
We
He's
were-
lived a wild life.
Yeah, you really have, man. Can you talk about this?
Yeah,
All right.
I'm not embarrassed.
So
I am a
you-
little embarrassed, but
you
I'm okay.
Yeah, it's
I
fine.
do feel bad
Yeah.
that if you are gay, that you lose your virginity in a hetero, like, weird way, right?
I didn't feel bad.
Okay, well, if you
No,
didn't
I
feel
liked
bad, it
girls.
doesn't
Don't
matter,
put
but-
words in his mouth.
That is weird, though, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like, it'd be like if somebody said, like, how'd you lose your virginity,
No.
Dan? And I'd be like, well, I butt-fucked this guy. Right?
Yeah.
That's weird.
No, I had a crush on my friend from Mexico City. I didn't know what. I never
were
met a
figuring
gay
it
person
out.
before.
Yeah, you're figuring
I
it
was
out.
16. I didn't know anything. I was from the middle of nowhere. And but these two girls, these two ladies, they must have been in their 50s. Were these two old British broads. Yeah, they brought us out to dinner and wined and dined us. I guess that we
You
were
got
seduced. We were
seduced.
seduced by two British women. Yeah, and they paid for us to go back to their hotel rooms. What? Yeah. But we had kind of like run away. Like we had like me and a group of our exchange friends who were in other cities, kind of like pulled one over on our host families, and we all like backpacked the Aegean, like from like we just kind of hopped
cool.
around.
My God, man.
My friend stole a horse. That's the story we told, was my friend
Wow.
stealing a horse. And and we ran out of money, and my friend who had done this before with older women was like, I know what we need to do. Let's
We
go.
gotta bang these old ladies and
go.
steal a horse.
Yeah, you know.
That'll be.
Hold on. So you were 16, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So these
God,
two
when I was
old
16, I think I still played with G.I. Joes.
They were
British
into it.
ladies.
Yeah. We
like
danced with them.
you dance with where?
with me, oh
Yeah.
my God.
It's like a resort style thing on the Aegean. Like we basically infiltrated a resort and
So
hooked.
and then they
Yeah.
brought you back to the room. Was did you hook up in the same room?
Same room.
Did
Is
they
that
wear
alright?
long negligees?
No.
It
It was like dumpy two pieces.
So you're banging this dumpy British lady with your
Not
buddy.
dumpy. They were just like ordinary British
old
ladies.
ladies.
Who I'm pretty sure were married. Like
Yeah,
they
yeah.
just wanted to like.
Did they call it
have
what
a
they call it
vacation.
over there? Because they're a little more. They're like, I'll put it in my cunt.
I slept with a Scottish girl who was like that.
Put it in my
Yeah.
cunny. Finger my cunny.
So I always want this is like all of this sounds like an
I'm
awesome
blushing.
adventure, which I'm down for.
The chat room, has never seen your mind. Like your mind has been blown.
No,
like your
no,
eyes
no,
are
no,
open
no,
to the
no.
world now.
Well, I'm wondering what happened. Like, okay, see, like,
God, I love your story.
this is what I think about.
Fucking amazing. They're not. They're crazy.
So
I don't know.
you're banging these old British ladies.
I haven't really thought about this in a while, so
and-
let's dive into
and-
it.
All right, I'm sorry.
On the same
No,
bed.
we're fine.
We didn't
We're fine.
cause anything.
No.
Problem.
And I've seen this on the videos on the internet sometimes when the amateur
It's
videos.
The Graduate, right? Like with Dustin Hoffman.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Well, there's
like I mean, I remember watching that before I knew what it was.
Everyone knew what we were. Like there was an acknowledgement almost. Like
So it was a business transaction.
I thought we were being sneaky, but like as an adult looking back, like everyone kind of knew what was happening.
Okay, that makes sense.
Well, I mean, they are technically
They are predators.
sexual predators because
Yeah.
they're old ladies.
But because
and
they're
with-
old British
and
ladies, we'll give them a
teens.
pass.
On vacation.
If this was
On
the
vacation.
if this was old
It
men,
doesn't count if you're on vacation.
if this is old men and teen girls,
It is different.
then these
Yes.
people are fucking monsters.
Yeah, they are.
And,
And string them up. Yeah, it's terrible.
But
Yeah.
they're double standard.
They're sweet old ladies.
I'm
They're
going
just
there.
sweet old British ladies.
Whatever.
It wasn't bad. Like it was we had fun.
So
It
That
ended,
sounds so
and it
fun.
ended with money.
and then
And then we could continue our shenanigans
Yeah.
of not going to school and
So
This
what
sounds
I wonder about
amazing.
is that inevitably, and one person is finished before the other, like hard to finish exactly at the same time or whatever.
you're not looking at the other people.
No, well, but then what do you do?
It wasn't like we weren't all in the same bed.
Okay, just in the same room.
It's just in the same room.
But
so
then-
like they're doing their thing and we were doing our thing.
And then when you're finished, though, do you stick around? Do you leave down to the lobby?
Now I know what you
stayed
would
there.
do.
Like
I mean, you
do you
would
froze
feel
it in the
you
corner?
would feel obligated to hang out, and then you would be straightening up, you know.
well, not
like,
because the other people, like, okay, say
like,
I
I don't
finish.
think you would haul ass.
Well, I don't know
because you
what to
would-
do.
Right.
So
you wouldn't hold.
So I'm done banging this old British lady. I'm like, I'm out of breath.
Oh my God, you're supposed to be 16.
Oh, you fucked my gunny. Oh, you
Oh, wait a
like
minute, wait a
one
minute.
and done
I hate
thing.
asking this question because I knew you were 16 when this happened, but because you did lose your virginity,
Yeah.
is it the typical guy thing where you finish fast?
That's your girlfriend, too. Now it's your
No,
lover.
and it was a couple times. Like it wasn't like
Oh.
it wasn't a quick
Motherfucker.
thing.
He's
It was like
bragging.
a
Canadian
evening-
real man goes over there. He lays down the Turkish hammer.
Also, there's the element of
And
sure
then
you're
my
like, I don't
friend-
really like this that much.
I don't know if this is for me.
yeah. So you last longer if you liked it a lot.
Maybe, but I think it was also like I was 16 and just excited.
Yeah, you're figuring it out.
I know.
Yeah.
And then
I don't even really like roller coasters that much. My first time on the whole coaster, I was like, this is fucking amazing.
yeah.
And then and then
My friend gathered me. I remember my friend. I don't remember how long
Were
we
you
were there,
upset?
but I remember my friend saying, "Okay, it's time to go."
Were you falling in love?
No.
Okay.
No
it's
love.
It's a business transaction.
No love.
Okay,
It was nice. It was nice to be in like a real hotel room.
Yeah, and they were nice ladies.
Because we were just fucking around and like I remember one night we slept in like an ATM room. Like it wasn't like we weren't like glamorous back then.
Brendan's got real grit.
Yeah,
It was like
he does have
street
grit.
kid.
This is what your sons need to do.
No, they don't. Never send your kids on exchange because they did not give a shit. When we were there, they did not care.
Every person I know that's either fostered exchange students that have my
They're
buddy,
wild.
no, or people that have been on exchange, like their stories are nuts.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy. We were allowed to do anything.
But you're glad
we took
you
a train
did it, right?
to where where the earthquake was just recently. Like we went to the
the big
Syrian
one,
border.
yeah.
Like no adults. I was 16 and we took a train from
Went to
Ankara,
the border of
capital,
Syria?
to the border of Syria to visit one of our
Yeah,
friends.
super safe place too.
Yeah, it was cool, beautiful, magical. Like when I think about it now, it sounds like Arabian Nights. You know, like
You'll never be able to go back, right?
I've gone back.
Have you gone back to Turkey
as an adult? Yeah.
How is it? Is it awesome?
Yeah, it's cool. It's weird now. You know, it's more political.
Right, sure.
Yeah,
Everything is.
And I'm a big mo, and you can't really do that there.
Yeah. Do you have to hide that when you travel?
Not really, but there's a weird culture there of like there are tons of gay people, but they can't really talk about it.
They can't say shit.
Yeah.
So sad.
Yeah.
Turkey is a country. This is how dumb I am. I couldn't really.
Oh, I thought you
point
were
it
gonna
out.
stop right
It
there.
depends
If you
where you
stop
are.
right there,
If you're
that's
in a bigger city, you're fine. You know, like
Yeah,
if
yeah.
we were in the capital,
Just like anywhere.
and we could get away with anything.
But I'm saying, like, I
Yeah.
couldn't even point it out really on a map. If you showed me a map of Europe and the whole thing, I'll be like, I could get close. But it's like one of those things where I'm not even that familiar
Yeah.
of what the fuck Turkey even is.
Well, that's what, like, when you say you saw it and it looked magical, I would imagine it would, because not that many people get to experience, especially Westerners don't get to go
and
like
stay there.
Yeah, and get to like actually and like I mean
When I went back as an adult, I also didn't have money, and I ended up bartending at a hostel for a couple of weeks to raise money so I
You're a
could
tough
continue with my
motherfucker.
trip.
Because this a lot of this stuff, I think a lot of people hear it, and I'm looking at Sam, hear this kind of stuff and think maybe it's it could be dangerous.
Well, it definitely is
Yeah.
dangerous.
But there's an element of white male privilege that also comes with
Okay,
it. You know,
all right.
Especially the
And you're
backpacking.
tough. I think you're tough.
But also, it goes back to every adventurer we've ever talked to has gone from house to house and stayed with people
And been fine,
Have
right.
reported back to us that the majority of all humanity is good people. You know what I'm saying? It's just
You'll
like,
find them,
you know,
but you'll also find garbage humans.
Of
like,
course.
regularly.
That
I
exists.
find those all around me.
Yeah.
I find those in Baldwin Park. There's a million motherfuckers.
But the majority of people aren't out to do you harm. You know,
Best place you've ever been to, travel to. Favorite
Brendan
place.
looked up
Favorite
like,
place I
"Mm,
ever
about
traveled
that."
to?
Yeah,
Go
favorite.
on, Brendan. Would you agree?
He's
with
traveled more than you have, so I'll
Okay.
take Brendan's word over you.
Would you say the majority of people aren't out to do you harm? I mean, how
I
often
don't know.
are
It's
you
different
harmed?
right now. I feel a little bit under siege. in
Oh, yeah,
Florida.
why wouldn't you? Yeah. I get it. I
But
get it.
it depends. I
Hard
don't know.
question.
I can pass. You know, mostly if I don't open my mouth or
Right.
say,
Share
"Hey,
your
girl,"
views.
like or share my views on anything or not wear short shorts.
If I just
Like,
shut up and
I
look
can-
down at the ground.
like there is an element of passing for me where I could get away with stuff, but
Right.
I don't know. So, Chance, what was your question?
Just the majority of people aren't out to do you harm.
Yeah, I don't think so. I don't think like the nicer you are, and the more friendly and affable you are, I think it can open a lot
Goes
of doors.
a long way.
Yeah. Which we've all benefited from.
Even with people that are ignorant, even with people that views that may not even mix with yours, if you're kind, keep your mouth shut.
And then your question was, what was my favorite place?
Favorite place you ever traveled to, because like it's funny. I love when we get you in here and you start sharing your stories, and then we just happen upon something that we never really knew, or some new cool crazy place that you've been to. Because like one of the things that I don't really regret it, but the bad flight that I had that scared me from flying so bad that it like literally impeded my travel.
Yeah,
I hate that.
Yeah,
it's one of the things I look back on there. Well, you do it though.
Yeah,
because you've been to all these crazy places. Favorite place you've ever?
I think my favorite city is Rome. Rome is amazing.
When you said you were on the border of Syria and you looked around, you were like, "Oh my God, this is like a magical place." Like,
actually, on that trip on the train, it was so cold. Like it was a weird. Like there was no air conditioning or anything. It was just freezing fucking cold. And I remember we had a bunch of oranges. And I woke up before everybody else, and it was like maybe like 6 a.m, and the train went through this valley, and I remember everybody's asleep, and I grabbed an orange that was frozen, so I was eating this frozen orange, which was basically like an icicle, and I looked out the window, and there was a castle in the middle of this mountain valley, and the sun was coming through the clouds, and like all I could think was like Knights Templar might have slept there or something, and I was the only one of my friends that saw it. Everybody was sleeping, and I was holding this frozen orange headed towards Syria when I was 16. Yeah, and I'll always remember that thought and think that was a beautiful, wonderful moment that only I have. You know,
that's neat.
But Rome was amazing. But I think I had the most fun in like Thailand. I was there for like 5 months. And that was crazy.
I gotta live a little bit.
Jesus Christ.
I gotta leave my bedroom. Yeah, you're right.
Where would you go?
Where would I go right
Live
now?
on the internet.
I would start with Fun Spot.
It is huge.
I would start with Fun Spot. And then I think I would work my way to Old Town.
Right next to each other.
Both good.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like, I don't want to get too far out of
I haven't traveled in a long time. I haven't been home in 3 years. Like, I don't know what's happening. I feel very stationary and kind of trapped.
Canada's still there.
I'm going to
Still
Quebec
there.
City next year.
It's my favorite. I love it. You'll
All right,
love
give
Quebec
me
City.
give me some tips.
Old Town, Quebec.
Okay.
Oh wait, that's what I was just talking about. Old Town. You can get a Western photo.
There you go.
You can get an old Western photo. You can ride a.
It
Ferris
feels
wheel.
very European, Quebec City, because it's like the oldest town in Canada.
And it's like fortified.
It is set, like, I feel like to be the most well-rounded human being that you have to be exposed to all cultures, everything, you know what I'm saying? Like, and then but the only way to do that is to be forced to do it, right? Because most people want to stay comfortable in their bubble.
Yeah,
right?
Rotary International launched that exchange program in an effort to further world peace, because they're thinking like it's going to be harder for you to press a bomb button if you know someone over there.
Yeah, of course.
You know?
Well, look what happens with everything is ignorance, and ignorance causes all the problems because people are ignorant to other things they don't understand, and then they think to themselves with all this shit going on. And then so even the Middle East, like there are beautiful parts of the Middle East with beautiful people, but we are just exposed to one stereotype of like, well, there's been war in the Middle East for so long of our lives, and then there's like terrorism and stuff, and then you just start like getting into the stereotype, and then you're like, well, I'll never go to the Middle East. There's beautiful places in the Middle East.
Amazingly beautiful.
Of course, there are beautiful places everywhere. There are beautiful people that are awesome, and but you just get into the stereotype of like, oh, I'm scared of the Middle East, and then I think and then you get more and more into your bubble.
This town random tangent. Yeah. They're making it's a new town. It's like a settlement. It's a dome, and in the middle of the dome, there's this giant tower. But the dome, the interior of it will be like video screens, and so like it'll project beautiful magical vistas. It'll just look like you're like on Mars, or just at all times you'll be living in this giant simulation
like
bubble biodome in the middle of the desert. I just think that's crazy.
That is crazy.
It sounds post-apocalyptic.
I don't think I'm into that.
No.
I want to go see it though.
I do want to see it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm into technology and stuff like that, but some of it I just like. I've noticed that like, I think you asked me this question years ago. You were talking about like me always being into like tech and iPhones and this sort of thing, and like when do you like like not get in line, or like I think I'm there. I think I'm there.
Well,
and it's not even my age. It's just it's overexposure. It's just too much. It's too much information at all times. I'm just so over everything. It's just too much.
Well, that's you have the anxiety too. It's like it triggers your anxiety. Everything.
It's too much.
So you're shying away from it.
I
But
am.
Really, you should push yourself into it. You get a plane ticket to Turkey and go through. You know what I'm saying? Go through the crazy experience.
I'd love to take people on a tour to Turkey. That'd be so fun.
Do you want to take our listeners to Turkey?
Yeah, let's go to Istanbul. It's so fun. Go to the big covered market.
That would be pretty rad.
Take the James Bond boat.
Yeah, I want to do a James Bond boat.
Yeah.
The
fishing for anchovies.
No, okay, we'll end with this,
Okay.
but
Uh-oh.
I just thought of it.
got-
No. What, people don't understand how much they've, their own opinions on shit is because of their environment. I know this is counterintuitive to you are who you are, but I'm saying like with certain issues in society, like we're going through now. For instance, my sons are watching this cartoon they've been watching. They like it. And the main character of the cartoon is transgender. And then
what cartoon is this?
Steven Universe.
It may be like purple hair. I don't know.
Do they have gems?
It may be on Disney Plus
Owl
or something.
House?
I don't know. But I
Owl
just
House.
noticed it. And it's nothing to them. They're watching it and it's nothing.
Right.
It's just a character. And and I'm like, good. That's
Right.
what normalizes. And the people that are weirded out and don't understand it, guess what? Because you grew up in a society in the 80s that didn't understand it and you weren't exposed to it. So then that's what makes it weird to you because you were never exposed to it. Expose the youth and then none of this shit will be anything because expose yourself to other countries and cultures and shit and guess what? You'll understand them more and you won't be terrified for it.
And you'll be a better person.
Everybody lives in fear because like, oh shit, these people, like, I don't understand or
You
get in
can't
my
be like
bubble
that.
and be scared of everything. Quit being fucking scared. Expose yourself to things. That's the only way for us all to be together.
We're supposed to clap here?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What I
Expose your
heard
kids,
was
everything.
expose your business. The life.
Expose
will be
yourself.
better.
No,
That's the
don't
name
do
of the
that.
show
Don't
is
do
expose
that part.
yourself.
Well, guess what? Kids that
Expose yourself to kids. This is what I've been saying.
I didn't say it.
I've been telling
I didn't
people
say
this
it. I'm
for
not a
years.
groomer. I'm okay.
You have to be around them to see the youth. You have to expose yourself to children.
I bet
That was
you
well said, Tom.
people that grew up in a nudist colony are not that weirded out by nudity. Not that you have to do that, but I'm
The
just
kids
saying.
are. The kids are like, God, Mom, Dad, put on a toga. Come on.
I was just saying.
Hold up a fig leaf for once.
Then it just makes sense to
It
me,
does.
right?
Yeah, I agree with you.
Anyway, all right.
Semantics.
He's doing it
Did
again.
I did it? Did I do it?
He did do it.
What's on semantics?
So this week we have another. You heard about this one coming out on Sunday, and it's going to be about the towels hum. So Derek's going to tell us about the towels hum. Don't ask me what it is. You have to listen.
Towels, like the thing you dry off with.
T-A-O.
Oh, towel. Towel.
Towels.
Towel.
Like Taoism.
Yeah.
Taoism.
So it's like a
Tomorrow I'll be at the Fardians game with Tom, Van, and his boys.
You're bringing everybody, right?
Yeah. Actually,
whole crew.
Yeah,
And-
Crystal's gonna
Nice.
come out with us.
And then next Friday, April 14th, come out to the West End Live. We're going to be celebrating my birthday and watching Tropodelic.
Yep.
If you've never seen them, you're in for a treat.
We're interviewing the lead singer on Monday.
Oh, it's the lead singer.
Yeah.
Great.
And you can have that weed food.
That's right, at the joint. I'm going to get some of those wings and
so
the
good.
sliders.
The sliders are so good.
Are they? I haven't had it
Yeah,
yet.
they're good.
I haven't either.
Wagyu sliders. Magnifique.
Brendan, how can people, of course, Bungalow on the Bus tonight on Real Radio.
Yeah, we went to St. Vic's Barbecue, St. Vic's Smokehouse over in OBT.
I was looking at that place the other day.
You know what? I was very impressed. It's a shack right next to the Sunoco gas station. where they're putting
Yeah,
up
that's why I didn't stop. I was like,
Well,
I don't
his
know.
branding
I
is
was
awesome.
nervous.
The food looked amazing.
The food, he's doing a $13 1-pound sandwich.
It's insane.
Like, it's got everything. It's got sausages, pulled pork, coleslaw.
All the meats.
All of his meats are like on one sandwich. It's the size of your face.
How is he able to do that for
Because
$13?
he keeps everything cheap. He says he doesn't mark anything up really. He has like a pulled pork sandwich and a drink and a side for $7.
No,
What?
that's
Oh
now he's
my
gonna go
God.
out of business.
God bless
Get him as a sponsor.
He's got 8 kids.
What are you doing?
He's
Oh
got
my
8
God.
kids that he's
It's too
providing
cheap.
for.
Poor man.
And he's very nice.
He
Wes,
looks very nice. Chef Wes, yeah.
And I want him
Too
to
nice.
Yeah, I want him to pop up at events. Like we're gonna anything that we're gonna be
why
doing.
all
I want him to
barbecue
do.
guys
It
nice?
too.
Yeah.
It's just
Need
because
me cutthroat businessman.
No, but then the barbecue tastes
$18
like
sandwich.
shit.
Huh?
No, then
And
it
he
tastes
used,
like shit.
you should have him on the show. He used to be a pest control officer for Disney, and he
Yeah,
told us
somebody
this-
in the chat said that they used to be a bugman with him.
yeah,
Really?
He was
He started a barbecue restaurant?
and he started by so you know it's clean.
Can you
'cause
bring him
he
in?
hates pests.
Can you bring him in?
I'll hook you up. Yeah.
Yeah. We should have Brendan and Chef Wes come in.
He told us about a call on the Splash Mountain, and there was a like when it goes down at the very base when you
Yeah.
hit the water, there was a water moccasin there.
Yeah.
And so they had to go
There was
stop
a
the
gator
ride and go
in
get the
there
water
one
moccasin
year
out.
too.
He said he went to go get a gator
Yeah,
once,
yeah.
and there was a coyote that came up behind them
See
when
the
they were trying to get the
coyotes.
gator. So they were
that was
surrounded.
Briar Fox, to
Yeah.
be fair.
I thought they wiped out all the wildlife around there.
They tried.
It's a
No, dude,
preserve.
it's out there. There's also
Woke
like
you up.
there's a whole account called Wildcats of Disney
Ooh.
because it's just stray cats.
It's
that
about
just
cougar moms.
Oh my
wander
God, they
around.
live out
Yeah, yeah.
It's all these hot moms.
Oh my God, that's crazy.
Yeah.
All right.
So we did that, and then we're working on some events coming up. We have lots of great new buddy deals for people. If you want to go check that out, like the $10 deal.
When are you getting the
for-
keys?
There you go. Key
I thought you
change.
were switching it to keys.
We were gonna, but I don't know if we're gonna now.
Okay,
We're talking about it. Mike doesn't like the key. It's very expensive. We'd have to up the cost for people, so I don't think we're
Gotcha.
gonna
Yeah,
do
you got to
it.
make it
Mike,
plastic.
yeah.
Everybody knows.
And we are working on a belly.
Mike's a businessman. Yeah.
He is. He's great. He
He's
always
like,
tells
yeah,
because
he's
I say
like,
yes to everyone.
Plastic's
He's like,
where
no.
it's at.
We're working on a belly flop contest for the Cinco de Mayo
still gonna
weekend
do it over here?
Yeah, I was gonna ask you guys if you want to be involved.
Yeah, we should.
Okay,
Do you
cool.
need some?
Well,
what do you
where's the
need?
money
What do you
coming
need us
from?
to do?
I'll tell you, we're still looking for money, but you can be judges.
Oh, I can be a
Oh,
judge. I'll be a
okay.
judge.
Well, let's talk.
We'll judge
business
from
after.
flip-flop.
Tom hates being a judge.
Well, I like to bring some sponsors.
He just
involved
likes to
in
be
it.
judgmental.
Yeah, he does. He
We'll
likes
talk
to,
about
he
it.
likes to tell you, like, how am I making money on it?
Well, I will tell you, I know how to judge a belly flop because if you at all don't commit on 100% and
I
retract
agree.
even a little bit,
I
I'm
agree.
taking points off. Also, the fatter the better. Also, I need you to have some unfortunate.
Yeah, I need some.
Oh.
I need some
Something.
gray. I need gray thighs.
Yeah.
We had last time we did it. This guy revealed he had jorts on.
All
And
right.
then he took his jorts off, and he had another pair of jorts underneath them.
Ooh.
I like
So
the
it
gimmick.
Double
was so
jorts.
good.
Yeah,
And then
double
another
jorts.
guy drank beer out of his shoe.
I like that.
It's crazy.
I like gray thighs. I like a rash.
Yeah.
Gray
I'm looking for a
Like
poor,
eczema? Yeah.
unfortunate soul.
I also like, you know what? If you're in a belly flop contest and
Yeah.
you're missing some of your teeth, I will give you extra points for that. Like it bodes to the
We had
authenticity.
one girl show up in a chicken onesie, but she wasn't wearing a bra.
That's
and
fine.
Oh.
That's
and when she
fine.
got back
Winner.
out, I was like,
Cluckers
I can
fell
see
out.
your chicken cutlets. And
Yeah.
then
Oh,
every-
that's great. Every titties fly out.
Yeah.
I also like it when you belly flop your hat off. I know
Good
belly
job.
flops.
Yeah, all right.
Okay.
Let's get out of here, man.
Yeah. We'll see you on the BDM show.
Woo!
All right, guys. Have a great weekend, y'all.